Didn't I just see you guys just a couple of hours ago? It's Saturday morning. We just did a Friday night live stream for 5 hours. Now we're back. And once again, we're going to have a great show. We got a great guest coming up. Miss Suereyya Brooks will be here today, straight from Germany. Shout out to all you guys that are here right now. We got 28 people in the building. Appreciate you all being here. My name is Andrea of Andrea and Andres. Love crossing borders. For all you guys that think that there are only passport bros in South America or Southeast Asia or Africa, there are a lot of passport bros that are finding great relationships in Europe as well. And we're going to hear from our special guest who promotes not only the passport bro, because she's been married with her husband happily for the last 15 years. And at the same time, she promotes, hey guys, I'm telling you, I'm not the only one. There's some other good women out here for you guys to enjoy. Let me put my watch on. I knew something was missing. Put my watch on. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to her channel because she is doing some excellent work. Love her commentary. I've been a fan of her work since she was I found her on YouTube Shorts. I kid you not. This time last year, I found her on YouTube Shorts, and then I found out that I believe she was on Instagram and TikTok, and man, she just has been everywhere. So I'm so glad to see that she's going to be here. She's going to be here in about half an hour, guys, because, we always got to give our shout outs. Let's get some music going this morning. We got to do the shout outs for all you guys that are here right about now. Let me turn that up a bit. Let's do our intro music. Got me a glass of water with a little bit of lemonade, a little honey. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. Let me check the Wi-Fi. Looking good. Your boy's looking great. No skipping. All right. The background blur. Aperture blur is looking good. Okay, cool. That's the one thing I like about having a DSLR camera. You get that nice, smooth blur in the background that makes you look so good on camera. Shout out to you guys. All right, let's get started. We got my man Will straight out the gate coming through with the $10 super chat, showing the love. Shout out to you, brother. He says, good morning, Andrea and chat family, because on this channel, we all know chat lives matter. He says, so you got me on some German. Guten Abend, Frank Brooks. Oh, good morning. There we go. Good morning. Mrs. Brooks. See, you got me on that one. That's a good one. All right, Mr. Germany himself. He said, smash the like button and support Black Male Media. Thank you guys for the super chats, the cash apps, as well as becoming members. Shout out to you guys. Will straight out the gate showing love. He said, also, this is going to be a great topic. We are stationed and live in Germany he said I was stationed and lived in Germany for 13 years, 13 años. He said, I have two German American sons. There you go. See, that's why we're trying to do it. Kids that were born with two passports. That's what I'm talking about. And Will also gifted a membership. So shout out to the new members in the building. Shout out to you. Also, we got my man For Profit. The For Profit store is in the building. Shout out to you. He said, good morning, Dre. He said, and chat, hit that like button and support Black Male Media. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to you guys being here. Ready for another great show. And of course, we can't forget my man Black Nubian, because the Canadian boys always in the building.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Oh, Canada is in the building. So shout out to you. And my favorite Bible name, Uriah, with the $10 love. He says, salute, Dre, Seria, as well as the chat. Once again, chat lives matter on this channel. He said, another great one. He said, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, support the channel. Shout out to you guys being here. I appreciate you guys. We got 34 in the building thus far. Shout out to you guys. Let me scroll back up and give some more shout outs to some of you other guys that are here. My man Rain is in the building. He said, I've been waiting for this. Yes, sir, man. I love her energy. I love her straightforwardness. I watched the interview that she did with her and her husband on the live stream, and he talked about, dating women in Europe, dating the difference between women in the States as well as the women in Europe, and how they treat you. One thing that he said, man, that I really, really liked, and I'm going to save that part. No, I'm going to talk about it now for a split second. The part that I like that he said in the interview, he said this: guys, realize some of you guys, your features, your handsomeness may not be appreciated in your home country, but a totally different country will appreciate your handsomeness. I'll tell you what I mean by that. That women can be so prideful sometimes in the States. It's hard for them to give even an attractive man, a good man, a cool dude, a guy with a great sense of humor. It's hard for women to give us guys a compliment. Just think about the last time you just been complimented by a woman in the States. You know, a few of us for our cologne game and maybe how we dress, but just a straight compliment from a woman or from your woman. When the last time you got a compliment from your woman in the States? These are the type of things that we're going to be talking about with Mrs. Brooks, because this is one of the things that her husband really kind of, when he spoke, that really stood out to me. Once again, shout out to my man Rain in the building. Rain say, how was it? Let me know how, what do you mean by how what? Maybe he wasn't talking to me. Let me get out of some grown folks conversation. We got the IQS in the building. He said, here is Mrs. Brooks, or Suereyya Brooks, YouTube channel. And I'm going to let her tell her story too. Oh man, it is funny. Cause I want to ask her a lot of, what were you thinking, woman? What were you thinking? Oh, she definitely did a Coming to America. My man Black Wayne in the building. Shout out to you.
And you say Shot City.
Hit the Shot City on there. I meant to hit the applause.
Shot City.
There we go. Shout out to Molly. Good morning, brothers. Good morning to you also, kind sir. Shout out to my man Charles in the building. He said, locked in on that fire intro. I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate it. A lot of guys really like that intro. To sit back and see some of our favorite entertainers and our favorite historians using their passports or relocated to other countries, because you don't hear about them anymore. You're like, whatever happened to James Baldwin, or whatever happened to this famous person or that famous person? And you found out that they used their passport and moved to another country. He said, my right wrist is feeling better. I'm glad that it is, Charles. I really am. He said, let's go. Yes, sir. He said, want to say Dankin Sheen to Mrs. Brooks for the interview. Thank you. To say thank you. Okay. He said, sadly, I'm not the first in the comments. But hey, Charles, you're the first to be a moderator. You're one of our first moderators. We only had one or two. Shout out to my Uncle Jeff member. Shout out to you guys. He said, morning, nephew. Salute to the chat and at work, but had to tune in. Shout out to you, brother. Get that money. All you guys out there making your money, I ain't mad at you. Get your money, brothers. Let me take a little sip of the water and honey with a little bit of lime. He said, make sure Suereyya Brooks' channel gets spread in the chat. Yes, sir. Gentlemen, make sure that you guys click on her channel and subscribe. Let's get her viewership up. We got 60 people in the building. Click that like button this fine afternoon. for some of you guys going on afternoon, this fine morning here. And where she is, it's going on about 6 o'clock. So it's 6 o'clock in the evening where she is. Shout out to Emmanuel Dark in the building. Miss Suereyya Brooks channel, soon to hit 10K. Yes, it is. And then shortly after that, 100K. I can see her at 100K already. Yeah, I can see her heading that direction real fast. And most people don't know, over 85% of YouTube channels that are serious content creators don't even hit 10,000. 10,000 subscribers is not an easy feat. And so to hit that 10,000 subscriber mark, you're on your way. You're on your way. You're only 90,000 subscribers away from accomplishing the goal of 100K. Shout out to my man David Sauce in the building. He said the woman is a powerhouse and representing her country. She is straight serious about repping her country and the ladies that are there. And she's straight serious about, hey, guys, come on down, come on through. Y'all go to every other country. Come on down here and check us out too. And so and gives perfect example of finding love. She and her husband are a good couple. Really are a good couple. DLSR are going out of style, right? Not for me. Not for me. See, I got a mirrorless. Now, the ones that have the mirror in it, the old school DLSR that you know, the ones that were out just a couple years ago and have been around for like the last 30 years, those are going out of style. But the ones that don't have a mirror, like the one I have now, the Canon R10, is one of their first mirrorless cameras, and it's the first camera that they have that doesn't shut off. DLSR cameras were not meant for live streams, so they would shut off on YouTubers every 30 minutes. So a YouTuber will have to get up, turn it back on, or use their remote and turn the camera back on. And a lot of people didn't know that was happening with the YouTuber. They had to turn it back on every 30 minutes. This is the first camera that came out by Canon. Sony has one, but this is the first one by Canon that doesn't shut off. So this camera just will keep on rolling, keep on rolling. Shout out to my man Alan. Good morning of the Richardson family. Shout out to you being here. As well as my man Uriah once again showing love. And we got Don, aka the Don JP, that is, in the building. Good morning to everyone. YouTube is a habit. Get like me. So I'm saying, he said, always great converse when I stop by the show. I'm glad that you stopped by, brother. I really am. Shout out to you in the building. Appreciate you being here. Mad Villainy. That's what they call him. He's in the building. He said, gluten tag, gents. Gluten tag. You guys are just bringing it in. Shout out for supporting Black Male Media, all you guys out there. Thank you very much, International Quiet Storm. And when you see International Quiet Storm, you already know without a hesitation that you're going to see Machismo TV.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
All right, shout out to you guys being here. Charles says, last month a nurse in my nephrologist, hope I pronounced that correctly, complained my cologne that is, complimented. You put complained, my cologne. Thanks for the recommendation. I think you meant complimented your cologne. Thanks for the recommendation. Always. I'll tell you guys cologne of the day in a moment. I'm glad you brought that up, Charles. He said, as far as looks, it's been at least 20 years. Yeah, women in the United States, if they think that if they compliment you, it's gonna, make you have a big head, like they said, a big ego. for some particular reason. The cologne of the day is Gentleman by Givenchy. By Givenchy. That's the color by Givenchy Gentleman. Very, very nice cologne. It is a powdery cologne. It's almost like if there was a baby powder for grown men, this is what this would be. It is a very, very super masculine cologne. And so that Gentleman, their whole line of Gentleman brand. And when you see this logo also on the back, you already know that's Givenchy. I don't know why I'm stuttering today, but that's what that is. That's the cologne of the day. Shout out to my man, Bad Dog 313 in the building, Detroit boys.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with them Detroit boys. You know how they get. He said, I haven't dated since 2016. I'm disabled. I hear voices. My life is a rap RS. I don't think so. Because we just had an interview with a disabled brother that travels the world with his disabled friend. The friend is a quadriplegic in a wheelchair, and the brother is blind. And they travel the world as homeboys. So I don't think it's over, brother. Even though you haven't dated since 2016, that don't mean that it's over. I know some married dudes that's in wheelchairs or some disabled guys. So don't let that throw you off. He said, I hear voices. My life is a wrap. I don't think so. I think your life is just beginning. I think it's just beginning. But you don't understand, Andre. Believe you me, I know what it's like to have situations in life that when life throws you a curve, and you don't know what the heck to do with it. Take it from me. Them Carolina boys in the building, them Tar Heels. Shout out to you, brother. He said, good morning. He said, he said, I was in Germany for 5 years. Oh man, all you guys in here, there was some guys hitting Germany. He said, my daughter was born. Boy, y'all having some German. Hey, y'all was getting it in Germany, man. Y'all sitting back having German babies. I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you. He said, the best years of my life were in Germany. Shout out to you, brother. I'm glad that you guys get in there. And Men's Daily Advice and Encouragement channel. Make sure you drop the link to your channel, brother. Make sure you drop the link. What's up, brother? Glad to see that you being in here. He say, what's up, room? What's up, professor? He say, nice thumbnail and topic today. Yes, sir. This is going to be a great, fun interview. Once again, shout out to my man, Will of Thrill, and my man, Roy, Introspection and Travel. And he says this. He said, here on the night shift as well. Shout out to all the third shifters. I used to be a third shift manager, so I know exactly what that life is all about. He said, it's a good opportunity to tune in. Where you located, Roy? If you're doing third shift, you don't mind me asking, where are you located? Big brother's in the building. Shout out to you. What's up, Dre? What's up to you, kind sir? We got a great interview. Make sure that you guys, once again, subscribe to Suereyya Brooks's channel. It is excellent. She is one of the few YouTubers, once you click any video, you're going to watch it to the end. Guaranteed. Because she's always got some great commentary that's out there. My man Evan is in the... I must be doing something right. I got my man Evan this afternoon, early morning. Shout out to my man Evan. He says this. When I was in high school, there was a German exchange student in my class. She called me her sexy brownie. Oh, yeah. That's kind of funny that you would say that, because that's one of the things that Andrea calls me, brownie. And she got a cousin that we all call brownie. Like, she the only cousin that's got like that Brazilian tan. And so everybody in the family call her brownie just because she's got that dark, rich Brazilian tan for a Colombian. He said, I've never been to Germany. He said, but I will go there in the future next year, hopefully. That's what we're looking at. Early next year. We're looking at Italy and Germany next year. Those are our 2 stops. Italy and Germany. We might hit a little bit more France, but Italy and Germany are a must for next year. My man Willow Thrill once again. He said, guys, German women can visit you in the States. Don't need a visa. I'm just saying. See what I'm saying? He just putting the word out there, spreading the word. The German women, you ain't got to worry about her getting Americanized. You ain't got to worry about if she like want a green card, all that mess. She can get all that on her own if she want to. And they got some attractive, very attractive women. I can't say that. They are fine. Zeta says this. He said, Dre, what's up? And chat, I've been waiting for this live. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This has been in the making off and on for the last few months. This has been in the making. So we just want to make sure that we got the timing just right and the scheduling just right. And so we finally got everything in order. And we're looking good. Seeking understanding in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Glad that you're here. And he said, is it true that Japan is off? Yeah, I don't know if it was 75,000 to come to Japan. I knew they were offering money. I did know that because I just saw a clip in regards to that. I don't know how the amount was, but yeah, they are offering money to come impregnate their women. Yes, they are. He said, if it's true, I'm over there first class. I'm telling you guys, you do not have to just be stuck in one country. I'll say that again. You do not have to be stuck in one country. Like I said, make the United States your second home. I didn't say desert the United States. I said make it your second home instead of your first home. My last couple years in the United States, it was my second home. Colombia was my first home. Most of my clothes were in Colombia. My apartment, when we finally got all the furniture there, was as far as purchasing furniture, was my first home. I'm paying utilities and bills in Colombia. That was my first home. I was making money in the States. And then the last few months, I ended up I didn't even renew my lease. I just moved onto my boy's couch. Kid you not. Why would I renew a lease when I know I'm not even going to be living in the United States full time in the last 6 months? So my boy was like, man, you can stay over my spot, bro. I got a couch. I was like, man, all I'm doing is making money anyway. So let me go head over here, hang out with my dog before I leave. And that's what ended up happening. Bada bing, bada boom. Yep. My man Unfriendly Stoic in the building. Man, I like that name. I kid you not. Good morning, brothers. Good morning to you too, brother. Good morning to you too. Salute to the chat. He say, salute to the chat, Andre, and our sister, Seria. Black Scorpions in the building representing. He say, what's up, brothers? What's up to you, kind sir? What's up to you, kind sir? And we got my man, poor man 313.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with them Detroit boys. You know how they get every time. Shout out to you being in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to Oxygen being in the building. Shout out to you, Oxygen Genie in the building. He said, new to the channel. Welcome, family. Welcome. He says, new to the channel. He said, I have your email, and he said, I will set up a consultation with you soon. Shout out to you, brother. He said, absolutely respect you and Andrea. Thank you very much, brother. He said, excited for today's, I'll make sure, consistent. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Oh, contestant. Boom. Shout out to you, brother. He said excited for today's contestant. Yes, sir. Shout out to you. Thank you for the $10 super chat, and thank you, man, for subscribing to the channel, and welcome to the family, man. On this channel, chat lives matter. Chat lives matter here. Shout out to you. We got 78 people in the building. Click the like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too, because you know when you click that like button,
Oprah coming next.
Oprah coming next.
Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This is established as a place of truth. So Oprah will be coming next. Like my man Emmanuel's in the building of the Jones family. Shout out to you, Emmanuel. He says, morning, Dre and family. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. Glad that you made it, just like my man Nick made it here today. He said that's the favorite Reserve Privé. He said one of my yes, sir. One of my favorite colognes. Yes, sir. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, sir. Shout out to my man Kenny. People in the buildings. He said Buenos Snartas. I think he meant to say Buenos Dias, but I'll take that. Or is it? Wait a minute. What time is it now? What you got? Oh, you guys are going on Buenos Tardes. That's true. Good afternoon. What's up, brother? Hold on. Wait. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. I was resending it. Thanks, brother. Okay, let me resend this link to our guest. Thank you very much, Charles. That was Charles Jones on the phone of the Jones family. Actually, let me also do it this way too. Let me drop the link for the channel for her. I'll drop the link right here so she could join in. Okay, so that link was there. Let me copy. And I'll drop it right here also. So I'll paste the link here again. All right. All right. Now let me send it to her in an email. There we go. Thank you guys for your patience. You know how your boy get with the struggle streaming. Just trying to make sure that our guest gets the link. Okay, so I send it directly to her, and I also dropped it into the comments section for her to join us. He said I will be going there hopefully next year, like we were saying we would be as well. He said, guys, German women can visit you in the States. and don't need a visa. We did go through that one. Shout out to you. I think we did Zeta. Let me scroll down. Scroll down, Dre. Scroll down. Let's see. Oh, we got Miss Brooks in the building. There we go. There we go. Mrs. Brooks in the building. I've got questions, young lady. I've got questions. Oh, this is going to be a great live stream. I'm excited, guys. I am excited. So let me scroll down, make sure I got all the super chats. Did you see and check your I caught that, Kenny. I saw exactly what you sent me. Shout out to you. Let me make sure I got all the super chats, and shout out to all you guys that are here in the building. I can get a chance to give you a shout out. Shout out to Suereyya for gifting 5 new members. So shout out to you guys. We're at like almost 120 members on the membership. So shout out to you guys. Let me change the music over. Let's make it smooth Saturday morning music or Saturday afternoon. And for Ms. Brooks, some smooth evening music. Let's make this music smooth. For the grown folks in the building. Shout out to Mrs. Brooks being here. There we go. Yeah, some smooth jazz. There we go. It's for the grown folks in the building. There we go. Let's add our special guests here. I am so excited. Such a fan. Yes, there are not too many people on YouTube that I can say, guys, that I am truly a fan of their work. And this is a woman that I'm a fan since day one, since video one, when I was seeing her on YouTube Shorts and then TikTok, and she was everywhere on Instagram. Everybody was seeing her and hearing what she had to say. And we are excited and are happy to see that you are here, Mrs. Brooks. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity for me to come to your platform and speak to you. And I've seen your beautiful wife's podcast as well. Thank you so much for what you guys are doing. That is very much needed in today's crazy world. So thank you so much for having. I can't wait to start.
All right. I got a few questions for you, and I know the audience will. I just watched a couple of videos that I watched the live stream that you and your husband did. Mm-hmm. And you had a list of questions that you were asking him. Right. And I like that one. So we're going to go over a little bit in regards to that. But I would like to get started with you introducing yourself to the audience who may not know who you are, the few of us who may not know who you are. Mm-hmm. Make sure you guys click that like button. We got 89 people in the building. Click the like button. We like you. Make sure that you like us too. So introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes, thank you. Well, my name is Suereyya Brooks. My first name is Turkish. My last name, as you can hear, is English. I'm not really a fan of getting into my title as far as what I do for work, because that doesn't define who I am. That just defines what I do. So I'm just going to give you some information about my background. I'm of Turkish descent. I do live in Germany, and my parents came to Germany in the late 70s. And yeah, I was born in 1983. I've been living here ever since. And it is just very important for me, the fact that I grew up in a very traditional household in this modern Western Germany compared to Turkey. I always learned how important it is to keep certain traditional values within the home so we can function as a family and don't get disrupted by all of the modern influence that we, have during our daily life. So that's very important to me, and that's what I'm most definitely trying to practice in my life, is also in my marriage. And that's basically what I stand for, which is also what I do on YouTube. Women have a huge problem with being held accountable, as we all know, and with the videos that I make and responding to certain videos of myself, I'm trying to let women understand that the way they are thinking, the way they are moving, acting, and behaving is not going to get them anywhere. Like, it may be fine right now, but as far as the new future and even further than that, it's going to make them miserable. So that's basically what I'm trying to do here in this crazy.
I noticed that your words are more of encouraging towards women and just trying to, it's almost like a heads up, ladies. Listen, heads up. I'm trying to let you know this is if you do this, you'll get these results. But if you don't do this, you might end up with those type of results. I noticed that in every one of your videos, it's not necessarily attack, even though a lot of women take what you say in a negative way, like who is she to speak or who is she to tell me something. But at the end of the day, I detect no lies in your videos.
Yeah, because I see it even in my direct environment. Just because I'm from Turkish descent doesn't mean that the women in my environment are perfect. They make mistakes. So I see a lot of women really having trouble being these single mothers because they make a decision based off of their emotions. They leave their husbands and then they go through it, but they're just too proud to admit that. And the main, I don't want to say issue, but the confrontation that I get is from, if I'm allowed to say this, of course, some Black ladies, Black women, because I am married to a Black American guy and I'm coming there on certain platforms as a non-Black American woman and I'm speaking on certain topics, you know, but I am not attacking them at all.
Right.
It's just kind of what they feel like, but that's not what it's all about. I also speak about women from other countries, even some Turkish women. So yeah.
Right. Right. Let's go back to I just watched the video that you told your story of your journey, how you first got to the United States. And a lot of guys haven't heard that. There were some questions that I had because it was such an exciting story. I'm popcorn in hand as you're telling the story of from your teenage years in high school all the way to when you first landed in the States on the particular day that you landed. And the whole scenario. So if you don't mind sharing a little synopsis of that journey, because what I like to call what I like to say is that you went and found your hip hop husband. That's what I say.
That most definitely. Most definitely.
And so let me let you tell your story, your journey, because it is such an exciting story that it could have been a movie.
Yeah, well, actually, it was like a movie to me, at least, and to everyone else who I tell my story to. Well, long story short, I grew up watching hip hop videos, MTV Grind, all of these things, because my aunt was watching us, and that's all she was looking at me. So we were just there, you know, copying the dance moves, looking at certain type of men, just kind of, you know, interested in those men. And as we grow older, of course, I was continuously watching these videos, Snoop Dogg, Nate Dogg, Warren G, and all of them. I'm like, I kind of like how these guys look and everything. So this trend continues, but obviously us living here in Germany in a small town, we don't have access to a lot of men who look like that. So we're just stuck with the guys who look like the Backstreet Boys, but we're not interested in them, you know? So as I grow older, I had this fantasy of going to America, but not to meet my dream guy. I just wanted to see the culture. I wanted to know, is it really what I see on television back then, online? So just to give you another backstory, I was supposed to finish school and everything. So all of that kind of went left. So I took matters into my own hands and I went to America without telling anyone. I didn't tell anyone, not even my best friend back in the day. I just packed my belongings and I booked a plane ticket and I just hopped on that plane and I just always wanted to go see New York. And my parents promised me, once you finish school and everything goes well, we're going to send you to New York so we can just go check that out. But since I wasn't able to do that for whatever reason, I had to do it myself. So I landed there. Unfortunately, it was one day prior to September the 11th. Yeah, 11, 2001. I don't think I have to mention what happened then. Yes, that's when I got there. But the day the Twin Towers came down, I had left to Philly. I left to Philly because I wanted to go there because do you remember Eve the rapper? Yes, she was.
I remember you telling that story.
She was my favorite rapper back then. So I'm in New York, completely overwhelmed with everything, and there's just crazy things going on because I'm just a girl from a small town in Germany somewhere, and I go to New York and I'm like, whoa, what is this? This is not what the Huxtables look like on television. This is something else. Right. Crazy. Well, I go to Philly on the bus because Eve was from Philly. I'm like, okay, Eve is cool, so Philly must be okay. Let me just go check that out. And that's basically how it all happened. So I end up in Philly, still really don't know where to go, what to do. So I end up meeting some people, ending up with them, and everybody was treating me like I was just a superstar. I'm like, okay, what's going on? How do these people talk to me like this? They act like I'm a superstar. But the thing about it was they just looked at me, they noticed I'm not from that neighborhood, and they were like, okay, who are you? Where are you from? Tell me your story. So that's how we hit it all off. And that one night, I just met my husband, and I will never forget that night. I thought I saw a dream come true. This average from some hood, somewhere in Philly, just showing up in his Timbs, his wife beater, his hat, his do-rag. I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I don't care what happens. I have to get this guy. You know, it was basically the story. And yeah, and that was it, to be honest with you. I just could talk about it so much more, but I think we would just still sit here tomorrow morning. But that's how I basically met my husband in Philly.
I love your excitement and how the excitement that you, when you first told the story, when I watched it on YouTube, and that excitement and joy, and to know that you guys are 15 years later and you still hold that type of joy for your husband. Could you give me at least 3 things? You know, me and Andrea, we've been married our 5 years, we've been together for 6. What if you were doing a recommendation for other couples out there, married or non-married? What are 3 things that you would say these are the things that has helped my husband and I get to this 15-year period?
Oh, wow. Most definitely don't look happiness in another person. Like, don't be with someone and expect them to make you happy. That person is not responsible to make you happy, because we don't know what type of trauma that person is going through. If there's anything that is not healed within themselves, you know, that they haven't even come forward or didn't speak to us about it. So don't do that. Have empathy, have understanding, have respect, be there for each other even when times are tough. And that is one of the most important things. We went through financial crisis, we went through health crisis, but that bond right then and there, being there for each other, strengthened everything, you know. And just enjoy simple things in life. Don't expect your man to take you on these trips. And I know that's what a lot of women expect nowadays. You know, they're just saying I can be feminine only if the man spends money on me. That's not going to work. Like, be there for one another, be patient, be loyal, be honest, and everyone has to know their role. Like, back then, my husband came into my environment. He came to Germany because life here is just easier. You know, I was like, I'm working here. You can come here. We can get your visa and everything handled, which we did. But it was important for me to leave all of that modern stuff outside of our apartment. So when we came home, I was the one cooking, I'm the one cleaning. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Like, men and women, we have to know our roles, and we need to move according to that. You know?
Now, I noticed that you just mentioned that you made sure that the proper steps in regards to making sure that your husband was able to get his visa, correct? That's exactly what my wife did. And those are the type of things that we talk about that men should look for in a woman. If you're going to look for a woman in another country, does she either know where to go to, have people that she can reach out to, or even know herself how to help you with your visa process in your new country? A lot of guys we find date women that have no benefit to them other than just physical benefits. And then they're frustrated when they get to their new country because they have to do everything on their own because their girlfriend or their new wife doesn't know anything about how to make the transition for their loved one a lot smoother.
You have to care about that person. Like, when my husband came here back then, obviously boyfriend, I knew he's here alone. I have to make it as comfortable as possible for him. I have to, you know, make sure he's safe. I have to make sure he's well fed. I have to make sure he's just as good as possible. And it may just sound rude, but I cut contact to all of my friends because my main focus was that man's comfort. Because I knew I didn't want him to feel homesick or anything like that. I thought to myself, he left his environment. I'm so appreciative for him even coming here, for him making this huge step at the age of 21. So I have to do whatever it takes so he won't sit there and feel like, man, I just kind of regret coming to Germany. So he just was my main focus, and I moved according to that. for sure.
That's good. And the reason why I kind of like made a face, because literally that's what my wife said to me. She said her mom told her, Andre is not just your boyfriend at the time period, then is going to become your husband, but he is your responsibility to make sure that his transition to this new country is smooth. He needs you. He needs you to be there for him. And my wife has been there, as you can tell from the videos. She's been there all the way through. So I can relate to your husband feeling that ease and that peace going into another country and being with you. So I you know, hats off to you in regards to being there for your husband. I have a couple of questions here as well. One question I have for you is, what motivated you to share your message on YouTube? Because I know that you probably had, you know, just some private conversations, you know, your opinions, but what made you just say, okay, let me go to social media and start sharing some of my opinions? What was the kind of like the one thing that kind of caught your eye and say, I need to get my opinion on that?
Right. Because all of these videos just started coming out about men being like this, men doing this, that, and the other, you know, but when really most of the time women are the ones who are creating the problem. You know, women have these delusional mindsets that they want all of these things from men, but the man is never good enough unless he makes six figures and all of that. That just sounded so crazy to me. And I thought to myself, I have a pretty basic relationship. Everything I need to have in that relationship, I have it. You know what I mean? I have a supportive husband. I have safety. I have all of these good things that these women supposedly are looking for, but they're doing everything else in order to achieve all of these things. You know, that's the reason why I started speaking out. And another reason is I just came across so many videos of women speaking down on Black men. I'm like, look, I'm sitting here with an average American Black guy. All he did was empower me, just, you know, encourage me to do all of these things. I wouldn't even be here doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for him. So
wow,
so much to him, because sometimes, of course, I get discouraged, but he's the one who keeps pushing me, saying, you know what, just be patient. You're going to be fine. Because, you know, social media, sometimes you have cruel comments and they will get to your head quicker than somebody that says something positive.
True.
That's just how psychology works. But yes, he kept pushing me. So he's really the main reason. And then I just started enjoying what I'm doing, and the message needs to be spread. And I'm just so thankful that I'm coming across people who do the same thing. So.
Oh yeah. Shout out to your husband. Thank you very much, Mr. Brooks, for encouraging your wife to be and share her message the way that she does. I have a question to fill a hole of the story regarding when you went to the States. Because, you know, like I said, I watched the video. I never got a chance to hear when you finally went back home. What was it like between you and, well, you know, and your parents, when they were like, you finally came back? Because you said that you just basically left a letter and I'm out. And so you make it back home. What then? Was it open arms, or was it like, girl, what was you thinking?
It was most definitely open arms. You have to imagine, since I left one day before the Twin Center came down.
Twin Towers.
Twin Towers, thank you so much. I was all over German media. So everyone knew about this girl from this little town going to America. They were looking for me in America, but when I came back, I was gone for too long. So my parents wasn't even mad at me anymore. They were just happy that I made it back alive, you know. So it was all open arms, welcoming, a lot of tears, a lot of what happened and question marks, because like I said, nobody knew. And friendships broke apart because people had trust issues, you know. But at the end of the day, everybody was very, very happy that I made it back safely. And
I know they were.
Yeah, where have you been? Who did you stay with? I had trouble speaking English because I had adapted that American accent so much. I sounded like an American tourist in Germany. That was that. So, but everyone was happy that I made it back. So yes, because I was gone for almost how long? 2.5 years, 2 years, something
I figured
like
that. Yeah. I was kind of calculating in my mind as I listened to your story. I was like, she had to be there for a couple of years.
Yeah, yes, I was. And my father keeps talking about it a lot. He's mentioned it yesterday. He said the you left and it broke us, you know. It's most definitely still a traumatic experience for everyone. because we never, had some type of help from somebody speaking about this. But, everybody's kind of trying to deal with it the best way they can. But he still likes to talk about it a lot because obviously, even after all of these years, he still has some questions. So.
Yeah, and I know he's glad that his daughter is back. Everything is fine. No ill will has happened to you while you were in the States. So that's a blessing on your part. And you came back with the blessing, which is the love of your life. And so the universe was definitely leading you and protecting you in regards to that. Another question that I had is, what really made you gravitate towards such a strong message of encouragement for the Passport Bro movement?
Well, because there's a lot of love here in Germany for American guys. It's always been like that. And I mentioned that in a lot of my videos, there are certain establishments that women go to in order to meet American men. And I just needed men to know that there is another country besides Thailand and the Philippines and the Dominican Republic where you can come here and have a great experience. That's what motivated me to, tell everyone, hey, us in Germany, we love you guys too. So if you want to have some fun, come over here. But you got to know when to come. You have to know where to go, and because you can't just get on the plane. Germany is not like the Philippines or Thailand. You're not just going to, walk down the street and see a beautiful woman sipping on some coconut juice. It's not that type of.
Right.
During the week, people are stressed. They go to work. So you have to make sure you come during the time where there are parties and events going on that women go to in order to meet Americans. And the reason why I say that is every city, for example, has like its local basketball teams, football teams. You have a lot of soldiers that are in Germany. So Germany is kind of adapting to it. So they are, creating events for these people to go there and chill, connect, start dating and all of these things. So that's why I kind of wanted everyone to notice there's Germany too, that it's worth a visit.
So for a gentleman, he's single, he's looking to come to Germany. What side of the country do you recommend that he starts? At least starts his first, maybe let's say he's going to be there 10 days, his first 10-day visit. What would you recommend? I'm going to put you on solo.
Yeah, most definitely go to Hamburg, go to Hamburg because Hamburg has great nightlife establishments, but it also has like great daytime activity options. You can just go there, see a lot of historical things, and they got these cute little cafes and these museums and everything that you can do. And then starting from Thursday night all the way throughout to Sunday night, there are just so many different, clubs and restaurants and bars where all these young men could go to, but always have to put an emphasis on where women go to that like American men. So it's not like they can just go anywhere and experience what I'm talking about in my videos.
Right. And also, I got a question for you. Do you do consultations for guys that are coming to Germany?
Yes, I do actually. So
how would someone be able to connect with you in regards to the consultations?
Well, they can send me an email, for instance, and also on my YouTube channel. If you want to know it now, you can send me an email to brooksbooking@yahoo.com. I send you questions about you because I need to know, like, how old are you? What are you into? Do you have kids? All of these personal questions, because not everyone is the same. Of course, people coming here maybe with the same purpose, but you have guys who say, I want to meet someone that I could possibly get married to, have a serious relationship with. Then you got younger guys who really just want to come here to have a great time. So it's basically a different scenario for both type of clients.
All right, that is. Go ahead.
Get on, we talk about the results that I was able to come up with, where they could go, what they should look out for, what locations and cities they should avoid just to be safe, and we just hit it off like that.
Oh, that's great. That's great. The other question I have for you is, why should men look for love in life? Because it's not just about love. It's also about life, like you were saying, things to do in the daytime. Why should a man look for love in life in Germany?
Well, like I said in the beginning earlier, of course, if you're well established as a man, as a gentleman, everywhere. But Germany is so much more easier to live. The cost of living is not as expensive as in America. And like I always say, women who are attracted to American men, they will cater to their men. They will compete for their men. They will make sure they're okay, just like I did it, just like a lot of my friends have done it, you know. Always when it comes to American men, it's a different story. So they will probably experience something here that they're not used to in America. You know, women approaching you, for example, women buying you drinks. So the whole energy, the whole conversation, the interaction with men and women over here is just different when it comes to American men. That's why I'm always saying it's worth an experience to come here.
Speaking of it, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, I just wanted to mention, like, even the benefits. Let's say you lose your job. This is everyday things, you know, that can happen. You get help from the government. Even after the time period you are done receiving your unemployment checks, the government still helps you, you know. So it's not like you have the possibility of ending up in the streets and being homeless or anything like that. Healthcare is a lot more better compared to America. And, you know, we're over here in Europe. There's just so many more different countries that you could just go to, just get in your car. France, you go to, I don't know, you can even drive all the way to Italy. You know, it's just a different vibe, and it's most definitely worth an experience. So why not?
Oh yeah, that's so true. That's definitely true. I'm glad that you mentioned the cost of living there in comparison to the States, because a lot of us were raised with misconceptions being told to us about Europe, and we make the assumption that all of Europe has the same cost of living that we have, because we think of the euro compared to the pound, and a lot of times it has more value, and so we're like, it must be more expensive to be in Europe because of what we think about the pound. But you and others are letting us know that's a misconception, that's a misnomer. Not all countries in Europe have the same cost of living, so a person can really live comfortably in Germany, as you're saying, correct?
Absolutely. Of course, Germany has different sides to it. Like where I live in West Germany is not that expensive compared to South Germany, like Munich and all of these cities. They're more expensive. So yes, but overall, it's a lot cheaper compared to the US. It's no comparison.
Okay, I'm about to ask a personal question, because Andrea and I are looking to go over there next April. So we're looking to come over there next April. We're doing, we already did Paris, Portugal, Spain area. We did UK last year. So now we're going this up and coming April, May, we're doing Italy, Germany, and maybe a little bit more of France. And so for couples, what city, one or two cities do you recommend?
Well, and you're talking about Germany specifically?
Yes, ma'am.
I would recommend Munich. I would recommend still Hamburg. You know, Hamburg has, like I said, this crazy nightlife, but they also have these beautiful activity options for couples. So, and Munich, Hamburg, Cologne, and Düsseldorf for sure. So, you know,
okay,
check out those 4 cities. They're worth a visit.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited about that.
Yeah, but you have to check out the Netherlands too. The Netherlands is very, very close to Germany. So once you make it, yes, the Netherlands is maybe, it depends on where you go. Amsterdam is like a 2-hour ride, but still very close. Amsterdam is beautiful, beautiful daytime activities and crazy nightlife. Let me just leave it at that.
Because we're going to be on that side of we're going to be in Europe about a month and a half. So we're going to be there for quite a while. See, now you got me excited, because we try to get as many stamps in as possible.
Yes. Put Amsterdam on your...
Okay, deal. I'm excited now. I really am. Is knowing German a must there in Germany? I know a lot of military guys can answer this, but I'll let you answer it.
Yes. No, it depends on what city you go to. When you go to these tourism cities that I just mentioned, then you don't need to know any German at all. Plus, German is very, very complicated to learn anyway. Like, we would have one word, and that one word would have 3 or 4 different meanings, and the pronunciation is crazy. So we're pretty good here with English. You know, you wouldn't have to worry about it. Very
all right. Let me ask you this: since you've been in the States and raised in Germany, what are some of the differences, at least 3 differences that you notice between the women in the States, especially these modern women today, and the women that are in Germany?
Yes. Okay, women in America, I'm going to have to admit, without sounding rude, they overvalue themselves. They think they're just princesses walking on earth, and they look crazy. Not all of them, but the majority of them. The weaves, the lashes, the clothing. I mean, you got people over here talking about some ladies in America like, okay, wow, what the hell? Why? Why are they doing this to themselves? Like, be more natural. And speaking of being more natural, that's what women are over here. You don't have all these crazy weaves, this crazy makeup, or the insane outfits. I mean, I will never forget, I was out with my husband and I saw a woman getting out of her car in America, and she had on a fishnet. From top to bottom, it was just one fishnet. And I think she had 2 stickers on her nipples. You wouldn't even see that here in the strip club. It's insane, so very natural over here compared to some women in America. They don't overvalue themselves over here like some ladies in America, and they are more down to earth, and they're easier to approach, for sure. I could just go on and on. This is just crazy.
You know what? The reason why I made the face once again when you said the fishnets, Andrea and I were in a restaurant, really nice restaurant. Everybody's eating. It's very, very couple-ish type of environment. And then a guy walks in with his girl with nothing but fishnet on from head to toe. Everybody's heads turned. My head dropped because I knew they were from the States. And it was like everybody just stopped eating and stared like, what is she thinking?
Nothing.
This is not the proper attire for this particular atmosphere. And I'm thinking like, yeah, I know. And Andrea looked at me. She said, "They got one of your Americans over there." And I was like, "Hey, not one of my Americans. Let's finish this sangria."
Right.
So
I hear that. It's really bad. I mean, they wouldn't even allow you in an establishment here. They would politely ask you to leave. So, they over here, depending where you go, most likely they would not let a person enter like that. It wouldn't happen.
I got a question for you. How far is the flight from the States to Germany? How far is the flight in regards to like coming from New York or Philly area? Let's say it like that.
Mm-hmm. No, travel time overall altogether would be like 15 hours. 15 hours. And the flight from America to here, you cannot get a direct flight unless you go to Frankfurt. Then it will be about 9 to 10 hours.
Okay. Because that's right around what we're looking at with Colombia too. It's right around that amount. It took us about 10 hours to get there, and another 2 or 3 hours to get to where you are. So it would be maybe 13 for us coming from where we are.
Yeah, something along those lines, most definitely.
All right, that's great to hear. So you got me excited now. I'm really excited.
Definitely, but make sure you come in the summertime. It's a must.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So that's a question, because like I said, we're coming like right around late April, early May, like through that whole time period, that early summer time period. How is the weather there during that time period? Will we need a jacket, a coat? What will we need?
Bring both. I mean, right now it's the middle of July and we're still running around with our jackets because summertime is just doing us so dirty this year. So around April, you need a jacket and most definitely a coat when you want to go see Amsterdam because it's cold. Yeah.
We had our coats last year. We had our like pea coats we had last year, so we were good. That was her first time in the cold too, ever.
Really?
She's never done. Oh, I had so much fun laughing.
Really? She would probably hate the wintertime here.
We went in November. Right around the time when they were putting up all the Christmas lights, like late November. So it was cool to be there to see all the Christmas lights go up around Europe. But since she wasn't used to cold weather, she walked around mad at everything because as soon as we had to step out the door, that she's not used to that cold chill. She's not used to her nose being cold. She's not used to any of that. So this go around, we're going to be doing it more like where it's just the weather is just a little bit more cooler, and not cold. So what's the best time of the year that you recommend for some of the guys that want to come? what do you recommend the best time of the year to come to Germany?
Come between July and September, most definitely. That would be the
Okay.
best. But to give you guys a heads up, Germany does not do air conditioning. So when you come here and you go to restaurants and establishments, and they don't have no air conditioner, so you're gonna be warm. It's gonna be hot.
Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe that's because it's always kind of cool year round for to a certain extent. And so during the warmer months is like, you know, why get AC?
Right, exactly. For one, it's not really worth it. You know, these short amount of time, it's not really worth it for everyone to throw on their air conditioning. It's not a standard. You know, the energy is kind of high. They don't want to waste all of that energy. And you cannot comfort everyone at the same time. So Germans love to complain a lot. So you literally have everyone. So it's not cold enough, you know. So that's why they said, you know what, just leave it alone. Just suffer for a few months. You'll be fine.
Yeah. That's definitely, because like down here it gets it gets hot when you're by the equator. So it gets super hot, and a lot of guys are like, you know, if they go to Cartagena, Colombia, which is more like a south, it looks like South Beach, Miami area, but it's in Colombia, and so they'll go there, they'll get off the plane, and they're like, wow, it's hot here. I'm like,
Right.
you know, we're close to the equator, so what can you expect? But to see my wife finally in the cold, that was an experience, because that was her first time, but she had a really great time, and she's excited about going back. And so now that we know that so many countries are close to Germany, we're going to definitely take advantage of those locations even while we're there. So we're excited about that.
Yes, there's a lot to see. Very, very beautiful.
And just like you said, there's historic places to go see during the daytime. And then you can have fun and dine and things at night. But the part that a lot of guys don't realize is during the daytime, that's where you can meet women as well as during the nighttime, correct?
Of course you can, for sure. I mean, ladies go to the stores too. They go shopping. You know, you have in every city this big shopping street, I think you can say, you know, where all of these stores are just lined up. And of course, women go outside and they go shopping. They go to these small cafes, you know, having coffee dates is it's the thing over here. So that's why I'm saying you have to come in the summertime. It's better because everybody is out. You know, everybody's outside. They're sitting on steps, eating ice cream. You know, there are just so many occasions where you can meet someone. It's insane.
Are German women approachable?
Yes, but I always have to say those who are into Americans. So if you approach someone and they're not really into Americans, they'll probably just give you the cold shoulder, not interested. You know, women are going to be women. But let's say you go to Cologne, you go to a strip where there's, you know, all these women who gather up, have coffee, and they have like this one particular restaurant. It is called the Louisiana, and everything is going on there. It's in Düsseldorf. It's not in Cologne. So when women go there, they know Americans may come through, and they're going to be better for conversation. You know, they're going to sit there and just wait for somebody to come through and approach them. And if you don't, they will approach you. So.
Okay. So there's certain locations where they kind of know that Americans kind of go to those locations.
Exactly.
All right. Let's hit the question that the $1 million question that guys love to ask, which I don't like to ask, but guys like it. When it comes to interracial couples, is it becoming more of a common thing there, or has it always been a common thing there in one way or another?
It's kind of always been a common thing here. As far as in Germany, you have a lot of women who are with African men, but really they want to have American men. That's most definitely the case because they don't have access to Americans, so they take an African. It may just sound crazy right now a little bit, but that's just how they do it. But it's becoming, within these past 5 to 4 years, maybe, it's becoming more apparent that women who are not Black want to be with Black men, you know, even in my culture. But I'm not going to say it's going to be easy because, you know, even in Turkish culture, we're very traditional. Not everyone likes it. Not everyone is going to congratulate it. But most of the time, everything goes well. You know, there are really not that many problems that come with interracial couples.
Yeah, that's how it is here. It's you have a few people that may have a comment or two, but it's not the norm. Everybody else is just kind of like, it is what it is. And my wife is like, you know, she was like, I want to have diversity in our family anyway. And she said, she fell in love with black guys. She said, I was walking to school one day. She said, and I saw this tall black guy. She said, oh my God, he is so beautiful. She said, that's what I want. I want me a tall black guy that looked like Shaq. and because she's, you know, she's heavy into NBA. And so and she actually went to one of the basketball games. One of the local teams here has a basketball team. So her and her brother always go every week to go see the basketball games. And she said, that's all I wanted. She said, I've always been the only one in my family that kind of like dated black guys. And my family understood it. And they knew who I would marry would be a black guy. She said, I just have always been attracted to whom I've always been attracted to. Have you find yourself just having to have the confidence within your family and friends to say, I like who I like?
Not really, not at all, because like I said, I come from a Turkish family. There is no dating going on. So me coming home, introducing my boyfriend, no, my father would have slapped me from left to right. That would have not happened, you know. So that didn't exist. What my father kind of knew, because I had all these Tupac posters in my room, you know. So he was literally standing in the middle of the room, just looking at these posters, and probably thought and kind of hoped it was going to be a phase, but no, it's for life, you know? So,
okay.
They kind of knew. So, and when I introduced my husband back then, boyfriend, my father was probably like, okay, it is just what it is. And one thing I will never forget, he said, as long as he loves you, it's okay. It doesn't matter, you know? So that's like the key anyway. So they really didn't care. My mom didn't care. He didn't care, as long as we were good with one another. Yeah,
that's how my wife's family was. And I told her father when I first met her, I said, I'm not looking for a wife. And he kind of was stunned for a second. I said, I am here looking for a family. I say, I'm looking for a wife that has a family that I can join, not just her alone. I want to be around good people, positive people, great people that I can grow old with and I can watch grow old as well. And so he just loved that. And it was kind of funny because when I met them, it was her dad, her mom, her brother, and grandma were there. And it was like a meeting. We were sitting in the chairs and it was like a meeting. So when you sit back and you say that that dating is not a part of the Turkish culture, even though dating here in Colombia it is, but you are going to meet that family like even before the date. It's kind of funny, even before the so-called dating phase gets serious, here in Colombia is nothing for a woman to introduce you to her family to validate what she's seeing is real, or if what she's seeing with her rose-colored glasses is false. So you might meet a Colombian woman and maybe the next week she said, are you doing anything? And you're like, nah, well, my family is having a gathering and you're over there meeting the family. Not necessarily they're saying that you're the boyfriend, but they're actually trying to see, are you compatible to the type of person that we want our daughter to be with? And so they can immediately, before the person falls in love or anything, immediately give their judgment call on this is a good person or if that person's not a good person. Because, you know, with a woman, you know, you have your uncles that are there to vet the guy. You have your dad. You got like her brother, her younger brother, Camilo. Shout out to Camilo. He was there. So they can all see immediately what type of person I was compared to her, you know, being so happy to be with me. They're like, okay, he's a good guy. We like Andre. And all of us are like really super close now. Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you find yourself even with friends? How's your in Germany? How is the scenario when it comes to your friends in interracial relationships? Are some of them interracial relationships?
Yes. Have kids and everything. So it's really not in Germany anymore at all. So you really see it everywhere.
And a lot of the guys in the comments section were saying that they'd been there, or they even have children there because of the military. They were based in Germany for a few years. Quite a few of the guys that are in the comment section. So let me read through some of the comments real quick. Let me hit the super chats because I haven't hit any super chats lately. Will says this. He said, if you speak German, it is not a problem. It helps a lot. He said, but it helps a lot if you do. And Donnie says this. He says, ask her about the divorce. Oh, that's a good question. Ask her about the divorce laws in Germany, stuff like alimony and child support.
It's
so when it comes
America, there's
is
no
it?
It is, yes. Yes, it is. And, you know, there are a lot of clips from America where men kind of complain that they got things taken from them. You know, it's the same exact thing here in Germany. So you have men complaining about literally having nothing left as far as money because they have to pay everything to the woman and the kids. Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
I did not know that. See, here in Colombia is 50-50 of what you've acquired in the marriage. It's automatically set up. Even if you get you can get it in Colombia, you can get it what's called an agreement. You know, I forgot what's the hey guys, put in the comment section what the agreement is, the written agreement that you guys would get, you know, if you're about to get married. I forget the term. Yeah, prenup. Thank you very much. A prenuptial agreement. They have those, but they're not necessarily needed because here in Colombia, whatever you came in with, you automatically with that. So if you came in with 300,000, you leave with your 300,000. That person cannot touch your money. But whatever you acquired inside of that marriage, the house, the car, everything that's in the marriage is automatically split 50-50. The courts do not play. They make it as simple as possible. They 50-50 it. Also, let me ask you this in regards to a divorce. Is divorce in Germany like the States when it comes to no fault divorce? You just wake up in the morning and say, I want a divorce. That's how it is in the States. You just wake up in the morning like, I don't like you no more. And just walk away and she could take half of your stuff. That's how it is in the States. Is it like that in Germany where it's just like two people could just wake up and say, I'm tired of you. I'm just tired of you. And just walk away?
Yeah, well, you have to have there's this 1 year grace period. You have to live separately from one another, and then you can initiate the divorce. But yeah,
it's like that here. It's 2 years.
Oh, really?
It's like that. Yep. You go down to the notary, and you fill out a form,
right?
And that it's notarized that you guys are officially going to be living separately, so they know how to calculate the monies once the official a divorce takes place. But it's 2 years. It's the same thing. But here in Colombia, it's a fault country. You have to have a reason to get a divorce. Like when we got married, it was like a laundry list that they read of, like if I cheat or if she cheats, if I'm abusive to the children, if I'm abusive to her, if I become an alcoholic, if I become get hooked on a drug or any type of substance, if I don't support the family financially, it's like a long list. You can't, in Colombia, you can't just wake up in the morning and just say, well, I don't love you no more. Colombia is like, okay, does it hit any of this list? If it doesn't, girl, you better go back home to your husband. Y'all not about to get a divorce. So in order to do that, if you guys are really want to separate here, then you do the 2 year separation. You go down to the notary, and then you get get a letter notarized, and then you separate. But for the most part, if the person does not hit any of those like 10, 15 things on the list, you can't can't file for a divorce if that person hasn't done anything wrong, in other words. And if you do, that person can take you to court and sue you for monies to support them for the rest of their lives.
That's crazy. I mean,
that's crazy. I know.
Just to have a list alone, that makes it kind of easy for women too. You know, I mean, how can they prove that the man has really psychologically abused them? How does that go?
Most of the abuse they talk about is the physical abuse.
The physical, okay.
The physical abuse for the most part. And also, you know, physically abusing or harming in the children, that's grounds for divorce. If you get caught cheating, that's automatic grounds for, you know, that she can file for divorce if she wants to. So they put all these stipulations out there of if you do wrong, these are things that could cause that woman to say automatically you get a divorce. But unlike the states, you're a woman that you've done nothing wrong. You've been happy for 20 years, and all of a sudden she just wakes up in the morning and says, I don't want to be with you no more. I belong to the streets.
I belong to the streets. It's the same thing here. Women do that here
Wow.
too. Yes, same thing. You wake up, you say, you know what? I'd rather deal with my coworker. He said he loves me, you know, so I don't want you anymore.
Not the work husband.
Yeah,
you guys got work husbands there.
Horrible. Of course, it's crazy. That's a whole different topic. I don't even want to get.
I know. I used to be the work husband for a few times, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm not talking about I'm not pushing it to the extreme. I'm talking about I was with the work husband that you guys sit in a cubicle next to each other and you're talking, you're having conversations, blah 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 blah. That type of work husband, but not necessarily the work husband like we're going to the parking lot.
That exactly, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
not that type of work husband.
No, exactly. Good thing.
But that's a good. Yeah. Oh yeah. When it comes to child support laws, how are the child support laws there? Are they fair and balanced for the couples?
They can be, depends on how much the man really makes. Let's say he really has like a minimum wage and the government says, you know what, you just take this amount X and you pay this because we know you gotta live too. But you know, if you make a decent amount of money, obviously they're gonna make sure the man is paying. You know,
Correct.
Sometimes if the woman doesn't make enough money or, you know, has to have help from the government, the man has to pay for her too, you know, so yeah.
Wow.
The man is always going to lose. The man will lose financially for sure.
Wow. I didn't know that.
No.
All right. So make sure that you guys are with the right woman, you know, like your husband, you know.
I'm trying. I am not perfect, but I'm trying.
None of us are. We're any married couple will tell you that we're all in the trying stage for years.
Yes. But you know, being together for like 23 years now.
Wow.
You know, yes, it's like I couldn't even possibly imagine somebody else in my life. It wouldn't feel like, even if it was to break up one day for whatever reason, I could never. Impossible. It's just been too many years with the same man that you just, you know, it's kind of like I became him in a way and he became me in a way, you know. We just, I'm sure you know how it is with your wife too.
We're going through that stage now. I can be in the studio getting dressed, right? Andrea is in her room getting dressed because we have, you know, 3 bedrooms. So we got a studio for her, studio here. And all of a sudden we'll walk out into the living room and we both have matching outfits on as if we kind of like coordinated on purpose. Right. So a lot of it could be by color or style or for the day. Like if I'm wearing, I say, you know, I feel like casual jeans, t-shirt day. All of a sudden she's coming out jeans and t-shirts. Oh, you know what? I feel like clean. I'm putting on my button down today. I'm putting on my hard bottoms. You know, I'm doing stylish today. All of a sudden she's walking out stylish. So you're absolutely correct. You do find yourself kind of like becoming a part of each other's lives in regards to mimicking each other's patterns.
Right. Absolutely. And, you know, one of the most beautiful things to me is, you know, we are laughing at things that we only think is funny. It's just us, you know, we know someone doesn't understand that type of humor, you know, it's just the most simplest things. Or I start a sentence and he finishes, or he looks at me, he knows that something is not right. I don't even have to say anything. The same thing with him, his body language, his energy, the way he breathes, talks, walks. I know when there's something wrong with that man. And to have that today, I think is very rare to find. Finding someone who genuinely cares about your well-being and is willing to do something so you can be well is like hitting the jackpot nowadays.
That's so true. That's true. That's so true. And I think that's one of the things one of the shining examples that you give on your YouTube platform, whether you notice it or not. Men appreciate the fact that you are in a solidified relationship. Your husband is at peace. He's happy. And you guys have been together through the ups and downs throughout longevity. You know, you have actual longevity of being together. And a lot of us men are looking for that, not just the longevity, but the actual, like you said, so knowing that somebody cares enough about me to be there. You know, it's those things that you're absolutely correct that it is so rare for individuals to find, but they can find that in Germany.
Yeah, they can. I'm not saying that they will, but they can, because obviously toxic feminism is affecting woman's mind who's just, in my opinion, you know, following a crowd just because it's a trend will never get you. It's never good for you, you know.
True.
But you will most definitely be able to find a woman who cares about you more compared to what you may have experienced in America. Because I'm talking to a few of them as we speak right now. You know, they are in long distance relationships saying, I don't care how long it takes. I'm loyal to this man. I want to be with this man, you know, soldiers.
That's
and all.
true.
Yes.
That's true. That's good. That's really good. And Will says this, Will of Thrill says this. He say my German child support was fair. He said, I wasn't married, so I only paid for the kids, for the children. He mentioned earlier before you came on, he has I believe Will says he has 2 sons that are American German. And then there are a couple other guys in the chat that have children that are in Germany. So shout out to Corey being here as well. Corey Smith with the super sticker for the love of the game. Appreciate you being here. Now, as far as a content creator, you're easing on up to 10,000 subscribers, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yes. Yeah. It's most definitely a piece of work. It's not easy, but it's fun, you know, and it's just important to get your message out. You know, it just feels great to have all these comments who, you know, from people who just like what you do, who can resonate with the things that you say, and even just being this little spark of hope in this crazy world that gives me a good feeling too. You know, when you got even some women, it's very rare, but sometimes women comment too, and that feels even better because really, I would love to teach women how to get over their egos and over themselves in order to function in a relationship. Because like I said in the beginning, most of the time it's women who create the problems. It's not men, really.
Yeah, and you know what? That's one of the things I noticed about you. You just put your finger on it. You come across as a person that wants to teach somebody something, not just to say something to be saying something. And I noticed that about you, that you use examples with stories. You use examples out of your personal life sometimes. But you really come across as sharing something that could be a lesson on a lot of your videos.
That's like one of my main goals, really, because how can you teach someone when you haven't experienced certain things in your life? You know, when you haven't learned from it. We all make mistakes, but do we learn from it? And then the knowledge, even being in a relationship for so many years, is good, but applying that knowledge is a lot better when you know it works. You know, not being so emotional when my husband talks about certain topics, for instance, or still coming home and cooking after a long day just because it's my duty. You know, these are just little things, but the impact on a relationship is huge. So if women could just be more feminine instead of being so masculine, it really would be easy for both parties. And yes, I would love to teach, but even on my platform before I actually started doing YouTube, I was on Instagram, you know, I would get attacked by women for, you know, the typical, you were pick me, what are you trying to say? You know, have you gotten picked on all of these things? They don't want to learn. They want to be out here in the streets and be scandalous and entertaining every man that's on this planet on social media. That's what they want to do. But they will end up just being sad because money, likes, views, clicks, that's nothing. Those are just numbers. That's not going to make you happy.
Why do you think that is over the last maybe 15, 20 years that many women, not all, but many women just are unteachable these days? Why do you think that is? I mean, yes, women are making more money than ever before compared to women of the past. Yes, there are more degrees out there. Yes, more business owners out there as far as women, and women are having more, you know, even though in many areas they already had certain rights, they're really taking advantage of those equal rights now compared to in the past. But right now you have more women that are falling into the alcoholism of drinking wine all day long. There are more women in the United States alone that are more antidepressants than ever before. There are more women now. The fastest growing group of incarcerated in the United States aren't men, it's women. So being a woman, you will understand more than us men, or at least in Germany. Why do you think women are now following the trend of not being teachable?
Because they're emotionally easier to be manipulated, I mean, to me, in my opinion, it all starts with social engineers. They know exactly how women are, very emotional. So it really doesn't take them much to try to impress a woman how they can be more independent. And it always goes down to a woman not needing a man, because these women always say, I have my degree, I make my money, I don't need a man. Okay, good for you. You don't need a man, but nobody is even trying to force themselves on you. You are the one that's defensive all of the time. You got all these women running around, even here in Germany. They got their money, they got their cars, their careers, they drink, they party. But at the end of the day, they are not happy. But they're too proud to admit that. Yes, they want a man, but you can't be in a relationship as a woman, try to be the man, try to control the man, try to tell the man what to do. That's not going to work. So, like I said, it's a social construct, and it's social engineering that really disables women to stay feminine like they used to be. And all of this toxic feminism on top of all of the social media really just got women feeling undefeatable. Can you say that?
Yes.
They just feel like they are on top of everything because they make their money, when men don't even care about a woman and her money. You're talking about a real man. Exactly.
Because most of the time that many of them won't share it anyway. Shout out again to Corey. Shout out to you, brother. You're absolutely correct in regards to, they assume that the things that make up of a man successful, if they acquired it, that will make them successful. But when it comes to relationship, women don't realize men could care less about your degrees like you care about our degrees. Men could care less about your bank account like women care about our bank accounts. And so a lot of times women don't understand that. And so is it common in Germany for there to be a certain pool of women that are the cat ladies?
Cat ladies?
We call it cat ladies in the United States, meaning a woman that's going to hit over 40, over 50 years old. You're going to end up with no man, no kids, and you're going to end up just buying cats and dogs.
Yeah, of course you have them too. Of course, yes. They're just like too proud and they don't need a man. And then yes, they have cats. They even say it. They're like, I'd rather buy a cat or a dog. At least they don't get on my nerves. So yes, they're here too.
T-Mac says this. He said, I can't speak on romance in Germany. He said, but it is a beautiful country with a lot of history and cultural sites to visit. Munich is my favorite city. What would you consider your favorite city?
Most definitely Cologne. I love Cologne.
Why?
It has a very nice cathedral as far as the historical aspect. It has a beautiful cathedral. It has like theaters and museums and restaurants. There's just so much going on in Cologne. Festivals, street food festival. I love it.
I think that's one of the things that I enjoy about travel. The United States is so young that there really isn't any historical locations in most of the states. There is no historical, unless you go like going to Texas somewhere. You go to some of the place where they had battles. But the United States really doesn't have any historical buildings, any major landmarks that you can sit back and say that are a couple hundreds and thousands of years old compared to Europe as well as South America. There's always something historical to learn that's thousands of years old or hundreds of years old. And that's the beauty of what we noticed about Europe. And the other thing we noticed about Europe is that you guys do not allow as many skyscrapers to be built across the continent as the United States does. We'll just tear down a historical building and just build another skyscraper or a parking lot, to where in Europe, they're like, no, we're going to keep our history for other people around the world to come see. And that's one of the things that I loved about Europe too.
Yes, absolutely. Even here in Germany, because you have cities where you go downtown. Let's say you go to a city and you just look at the houses and you feel like it's maybe 1935. Like nothing has changed. The style is still there because they like to hold on to that. And it's a beautiful sight. You know, it's like being traveling in time. It just feels so different. You know, it looks different. And the skyscraper thing, there's only one city, which is Frankfurt, where they have like all of these skyscrapers. All of the other cities, they really don't do that. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I noticed that when we were in Europe, not too many cities had like major skyscrapers. But it was a lot of history for us to enjoy. Andrea and I were just like kids in a candy store because we're such museum buffs. We're such art museums. We love anything that's historical, anything that's just amazing to see that we saw it. You know, you sit back, you see the Eiffel Tower your whole life, or you sit back, you see a certain bridge your whole life. And now you're finally standing on that bridge, or you're finally seeing that piece of artwork. And so for a lot of people, let's put it like that. One of the things that kind of makes me sad with some of the passport bros is this, that we don't celebrate some of the historical places that we go to. We showcase the party part, which is cool. And the fun part, we showcase our ladies, but we don't showcase some of the historical things that we do when we're traveling. And so I hope that a lot of guys in the future YouTubers start to showcase some of the historical and beautiful places that they go to, not just the beautiful women that they meet while they're there.
Very true, very true. Because there's just so much more to a country besides the ladies. That might be their main purpose. Yes, I get it. But don't forget the country. Every country has its own history. So yes,
and that is true. Well, I don't want to hold you up too much longer. I have one more question for you. As if I was a brand new YouTuber, because I always ask this question to all YouTubers that influencers that I interview. What would be one or two tips that you've discovered thus far when it comes to either growth or even starting a new YouTube channel in order for it to succeed?
Yeah. Well, still, I'm kind of building my own channel still. But make sure you know what you stand for. Stay disciplined, because you're not going to feel like posting and filming every time, but you have to continue, serving that stuff that your subscribers want. And most definitely don't get discouraged, because you may not get the views and the likes and the comments that you're looking for. Take others as role models. Don't just look at what you're doing and your results. Make sure you observe those who already got it going on, so you can see and adapt what they're doing onto your own channel. So yes. All
right. And the proper pronunciation of your first name is Suereyya?
Suereyya. You got to roll the
Suereyya. See, my wife. See, you sound like my wife when it comes to my Spanish. Yeah. She said, "You Americans have such a hard R."
Yes.
Suereyya.
Suereyya. Exactly.
Yeah. That's because I'm down here and I, studying Espanol. So therefore, you have to roll the tongue and a lot of Spanish. So when you say Suereyya, okay, I got you.
Where is your wife right now? I'm sorry for asking. Where is she? Because I was kind of.
Andrea is in bed, knocked out.
Oh,
remember, okay. I said her and I actually, I'm surprised that she was still, because Andrea's an early bird, but she went out to the basketball game with her brother, and they went hanging out like afterwards. So Andrea came in later, and she actually got up early yesterday because we had a few doctor's appointments. Right. So she finally got a chance to just crash. And then, hanging out with her husband late at night after live streams. Right. Yeah. So she didn't get to sleep till like maybe like 3 o'clock in the morning messing with your boy. And so at the end of the day, now she gets a chance to sit back and just get her some rest. But if she was awake, she'd definitely be here to see you. But you'll get a chance to see her again, because one of the reasons why I wanted to interview you is because you and my wife are so parallel in some of your straightforward opinions, as well as you take your relationship and your marriage extremely serious. It is not a game. It's not something that you're saying, well, If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You don't take it flippantly or happenstance. You really put in the work based off of, watching when you and your husband are together talking, or when you're talking alone. And I was like, I've got to interview this woman because she has some of the same traits from what I see that's in my wife. And a lot of guys are like, man, I want a woman like your wife. I want a woman like your wife. And to interview you, I try to showcase there are more women like my wife out there.
Yes, most definitely.
There are more women like her out there. And you are a perfect example of the type of woman that I wish for just about every man. Not a perfect person, but a person that's perfect for them.
Yes.
Thank
you. I'm trying, but it's very beautiful to see, as I said earlier, to see both of you guys, and more power to you for what you are doing, because like you said, that's exactly what people are looking for. You don't find anymore this functioning marriage. Nothing is perfect, but it's functioning. We never lose main focus,
That's true. My man Big Pitt said, I spent a lot of time in Germany, visiting different castles in Germany. See, y'all got me excited for real. He said, miss those type of adventures. He missed those types of adventures. T Mac says the tribute and statues of the Black Moors in Augsburg was eye-opening. As a retired engineer, the Duce Museum of Tech in Munich is great for my family. So there's a tech or a museum for engineers or engineering in Munich that he said he really enjoyed. And Zeta says this. Zeta says, appreciate you, Dre and Suereyya. Did I get it right?
Perfect.
Suereyya, for your insight. He said, I'll take away a lot from you two. Say, Seria, keep doing your thing. He said, I'm in full support. And a lot of men are like that. We just want to let you know. That's another reason I wanted to bring you on, is to personally let you know that, to say thank you on behalf of a lot of us men that need to hear that encouragement of it can be done. It can be accomplished. There are good women out here. Guys, don't give up. Don't quit. We love the fact that you let us know, don't quit. Don't give up.
Yeah, take that as a motivation. If you don't like women in your environment, make sure you get your career right. Make sure you get your passport and you go where you are appreciated and celebrated.
Yes.
Because countries, they do exist, and those women too. So take it as some motivation for sure.
Yes, yes.
Beautiful words. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Thank you for all that you. I kid you not. You came in like a wrecking ball with your on Instagram, and kind of just. I remember the first time. Listen, first time I saw you, I went straight to the comment section. I knew them sisters was losing their dang mind.
Yes.
I knew they were losing. I was like, wait a minute, who is this woman that's telling these truths?
Yeah.
And I went straight to the comment section. And I say, these truths are too hard hitting for these sisters. I say, and I scrolled down that comment section, and I was like, yeah, I knew they would respond like this. But the men were so happy that somebody was saying these particular things, and you weren't trying to cater one over another. But the reality is, truth is the truth, and it knows no gender.
Absolutely.
Timothy Bright says this. He says, the Black manosphere equals fellowship, respect, barbershop talk, real men talk. He said investments. He's speaking of barbershop. Are there places there for Black guys to get their hair cut on a regular basis?
There are a few. The average barbershop won't do it. My husband always has struggles with it too, but a few of them do. Okay,
cool. He says, talk investments, agree to disagree, go on monk mode. We call it monk mode when you decide not to. I don't know if you've ever heard of monk mode. Monk mode is when us men, I went on monk mode, few other guys were on monk mode. When you decide that you're going to take your dating life outside the United States. So when you're in the States, you're like a monk. No dating, no sex, no spending money on ladies, no lying to ladies, no bothering the ladies. They're all on friend zone. And we say that monk mode is you just focus on your grind, get your spirit together, take therapy if you need to take therapy, get your money on track, your investments. You're like a monk. You know, you just pull your hood up, you just focused, and you take your intimacy outside of the United States. So if you want to have some time hanging out with the ladies and having fun, those who are on monk mode, we would, whatever countries we want to go to, take our fun time in meeting ladies outside of the United States. But every time we went back home, it was all about business, 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 being focused. And it gives so many of us so much peace because we're not distracted by, you know, women with bad intentions, because we don't give intentions to any of the ladies. Like my monk mode statement used to be, the only thing that American woman can do for me is point me to the nearest airport. That's it. That's all they can do.
Right. Well, that's not the first time you're hearing this. So a lot of my clients say the same things. They are fed up. They're fed up. They really are. I can't believe it. Really not.
Yeah.
Guys need to travel.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And you know what I also like with the fact that you're kind of sharing Germany across social media. Guys are starting to realize that it's not as hard as they think it is to do it, to travel. And it's not as far as they think it is. The hours, I mean, by the time you go to sleep on the plane and you wake up, you're really at your first stop, and then you're bored to your next plane, and you might get something to eat. And by the time you get done eating and watching a movie, you're already in Germany.
Exactly. You may be jet lagged a little bit for a day or two, but that's it.
Yep.
It's not that bad. You're gonna love it at the end for sure.
Oh yeah. And he also says, he say, monk mode, valuable information for our guests. Most of all, he say, smelling good always. Like we always have our colognes of the day. Once again, guys, our cologne of the day is Givenchy Gentleman. Really, really nice cologne, guys. Really nice cologne. And I actually blended that with the coffee cologne today of Umo. So I blended these two colognes today. This one is both of these colognes are extremely masculine. This cologne is maybe 35, 40 bucks. You can order it on Amazon. Excellent cologne. Should be sold a lot more expensive than what it is. And this one is about 110, 115 bucks, depending on where you get it. But it is well worth it. And I put such a dent in that one that you can tell that it's almost toward the end, sadly. But guys, you got to smell good. You know what we always say what the 5 C's are. We're going to let our sister Seria hear the 5 C's of travel for men. First C, you want to make sure that you bring the proper clothing no matter where you go. Second C, you want to make sure that you bring condoms. Don't assume that there are condoms in those other countries. This goes for you ladies too. Ladies, you're traveling. There is no way in the world that a man should have more condoms in his arsenal than you. It is your body that's being protected. So make sure that you bring them as well. Number 3C is make sure that you bring your cash or your credit cards. Make sure that you have that. The number 4C that you want to make sure that you have is your common sense. Make sure that you bring your common sense with you when you are traveling. And the number 5C, I just forgot. I just had a brain cramp.
Cologne?
Okay. And your cologne. Oh, goodness gracious. Bring your cologne, guys, and also bring somebody with you that can remember stuff for you. See, that's why I bring my wife.
Love it.
Bring your cologne. You gotta smell good, guys. Ladies love a man that can smell good, no matter what height, no matter what shape, size, color, complexion. You gotta smell good, fellas. You got competition, and you can't just compete with your dollars. You're going to have to compete with other things as well. So those are the 5 C's that we always recommend when it comes to men and in some cases women when you are traveling. International Quiet Storm says this. She said, cologne? Andre? Really?
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I kind of thought it was cologne because you showed it in the beginning and it starts with the
Yeah, you definitely saved me. International Quiet Storm says this. He said, question for Mrs. Brooks. He said, does Mrs. Brooks do any, she says that she does consultations for expats. He said, I know that there is a growing need for Black men to move there. If not, there is a market. But yes, she does do consultations. And Mrs. Brooks, when you get a chance, could you put your contact information in this video's chat so the guys can actually acquire it? Because I know that it's also on your YouTube channel in the description, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so if you go into her YouTube channel as you're subscribing, guys, drop the link once again for her channel, guys, if you don't mind. As you go to her YouTube channel to subscribe, hint, hint, her information is in her description right there. That's how I was able to reach out to her, because her information is in the description of her YouTube videos. So you'll definitely be able to reach out to her in regards to consultation. So when it comes to mating and dating, she can give you suggestions. But if you're just coming out to Germany, and you, like Andrea and I, and you're just coming out to experience the country, like we say, our channel is Love Crossing Borders, where we help you find love crossing borders or fall in love with the borders that you cross. So it may be a situation like that for you guys. You may be going to look for love, or you might be looking for land, or in other words, a place where you can live, where you appreciate it and enjoy parts of Germany that you never imagined that were there, and the experiences that are waiting for you. So she definitely does do consultations. I highly recommend for you guys to reach out to her if you are looking to visit Germany or you're looking to relocate to Germany. Right here, and Zeta says, he said, I saw the comments too. He said, I was cheering for her. Yeah. I definitely cheered for her too, man. When I saw the comments, I was like, yeah, definitely. I was like, I said, these sisters hating. I said, ooh, she got them big mad. She got them big mad. When I first saw her first video, I saw them comments. I said, ooh, them sisters and they feelings. I say, don't be mad. I say, the truth hurts, boy. Only a hit dog hollers. They in they feelings. Charles Moreland says this. He says, Suereyya is, he said, I hope to come back to Deutschland. I hope I pronounced that correctly. For another shot at finding a partner. He said, I would try to reach out again. Definitely. Zeta says this. He said, Dre, I got back to the States when he said I was in tears within an hour. My brain said time to work on experience abroad. Experience abroad had me working, and I went on monk mode. Brother, I was the same way, man. I came from Colombia, and I kid you not, I'm trying to hold back the tears. I did not want to walk back into customs in the United States, man. I'm standing there like, man, I'm on the escalator, man, just holding back the tears. I kid you not, I was feeling it. So, and I know several other dudes that have cried when they got back on the plane to head back to the United States after certain trips. Yeah, you are not alone, brother. You are not alone in that one. That was me. Even my Uncle Jeffrey said that. He said, man, I found myself kind of like, man, kind of sensitive when I got back to the States. He said, question, how long of a visit would you suggest the first time to Germany, and where? That's a good question, Uriah. I'm going to wait till she comes back, if she gets a chance to make it back, because I know she was having some issues with her telephone, and it may have gone dead. But if she makes it back, I'll make sure that I ask that question for you, Uriah. Shout out to you. My man Will says this also. He said, I put all her information in the chat. Could you do me a favor? Could you drop it one more time in the chat as well? Thank you very much, Will. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all you guys that are here. We got 103 people in the building. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure that you like us too. He say Prague is beautiful as well. All right. He says you can meet women in stores and museums in Germany. Yes, sir. He said, I see that she's sticking up for the black man. I love it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. If you have never seen her videos or just her Instagram shorts, man, she bring the fire. The straight truth. No lies, no cut, no chaser. Emmanuel says, he said, and German women. Hold on for a second, guys. Yeah. Okay, I'll drop the link one more time. Thanks, Charles. Here we go. Let me drop it here. And drop it here. There we go. Thanks again. T-Max say gyro in Germany are awesome, but there are a lot of BO in Germany. What's BO, T-Mac? I don't know what BO is. Oh, body odor. Okay, okay. Be prepared. He said the hygiene standards are, to be questioned. They're low. He said you got to learn to read body language, guys. You won't have that issue. Good point. He said she's definitely right about that. They won't waste your time. If they aren't interested in you, if they aren't interested, you'll know it. That's good. Cologne, Germany, here I come. Yeah, I'm excited about going there. I mean, I've heard of Cologne, Germany, but now that she's giving me some insight into it, I'm going to look it up. I want to look that up. Shout out to you guys. Let me scroll down a little bit. Riz says, he said, I'm thinking about coming to Germany for the first time. What city is the best place for a beginner? I live in LA, so I like cities. Like cities. Let me drop that link one more time. All right, we got Miss Brooks back. Mrs. Brooks, shout out to you.
I'm so sorry for the interruption. I don't know what happened. I completely lost connection. My phone did not die.
Welcome to my world. Every weekend.
Horrible.
It's
Sorry.
always something. Yeah, I've been there. The camera, sound, something. When you got a studio, there is something every weekend. So welcome. It's not just me. Welcome to my world.
Wow.
But they do have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Riz says this. He says, I'm thinking about coming to Germany for the first time. What city is the best place for a beginner? I live in Los Angeles, so I like cities.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, start with Cologne. First timers, I always say Cologne because it's not too big. There's a lot to see, many, many ladies, but it's also not too small. So that's a good start.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think somebody else asked that question as well. Yeah, Uriah asked that question. He said, this is what Uriah asked. How long of a visit would you suggest for a first timer to Germany?
Mm-hmm. I would say a good 12 days because you need at least 1-2 days to travel. Mm-hmm. And then have full 10 days, to get yourself together, to experience everything. Maybe not even just be in one city. You can travel to other cities, so you can make a round trip. So 10 days is really perfect. 10 to 12 days.
What would be your number 2 city or number 3?
First Cologne, second would be Frankfurt, and then Hamburg.
All right. Okay. There we go, Uriah. Got those answers. Mm-hmm. Got those answers. That was great. That was great. And let me scroll down and see if there's any other questions that these gentlemen have before I let you go. My man for Profit Store says, he said, I need loyalty. Are women in Germany, many of them known for loyalty?
No, not in general. I would be sitting here lying, not in general, but like I said, those who are into American guys, most definitely. Okay,
that's a good point. That's a good point. Let's see if there's one more. I'm going to, if they've already dropped your information for us in the chat, so guys can reach out to you for consultations.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, I got one last question. It's going to be the final question of the day. You were raised on 90s hip hop.
Mhm.
Other than Eve and you mentioned the Rough Riders, what were some of your favorite performers that motivated you to say, I gotta get to the States?
Aaliyah, for sure.
Right.
Tupac, for sure.
Yes, ma'am.
And I would be lying if I wouldn't mention Method Man and the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, yeah. And they just left here. They just
Yeah,
left here doing
really?
a concert. Yeah. Yeah, they just left here a couple months ago. They did a concert.
Wow, that's crazy. And you want to know, one thing is not just me. I have so much love for the 90s music, and it's still so big here in Germany. The hip hop culture here in Germany is huge. So, yes, we love it. We love hip hop.
All right. That's great to hear. That's great to hear. Well, Mrs. Brooks, we appreciate that you came through. You are always invited. In closing, do you have anything that you'd like to share with the audience, whether it be about relationships, whether it be about Germany? The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for having me, first of all, for the opportunity. I really enjoyed it. And to everyone listening, make sure you stay motivated. Don't let anyone or any circumstance ever discourage you from what you are doing, and keep dreaming. Because if you don't have any dreams, you will never continue to go, because, you know, we all have our goals, we all have our dreams. And if you feel like you've never really been out the country, and I know many of you, they just want to have a functioning relationship, go where you are celebrated. There are so many places that you need to go, you need to experience. And America is not the only continent on this planet. So there are a lot of places for you to go.
True. So true. Well, I want to end this portion. So we're going to let you go, and then I'm just going to hang out a little bit with the guys.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me, and tell your beautiful wives I said hi.
I will. I definitely will. I'm excited. We're excited to come there. So I'll be letting you know when we'll be on our way, coming your way.
Yes, that would be great. Make sure you do.
All right. You have a great evening in your case.
You have a great weekend. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. That was great, guys. That was great. We had a good time in regards to Miss Suereyya Brooks being here. Let me scroll down, just checking you guys' statements. If I missed your questions, guys, forgive me. Forgive your boy. Shout out to my man. Yeah, she's definitely invited to the cookout. Yeah, she is definitely invited to the cookout. Yeah, she supports the brotherhood. She knows the whole culture. Definitely. Sean says this. Shout out to Sean being in the building. Sean said, I found the woman I found the woman that have all the qualities I want in a wife. I plan on getting a private chef for dinner and hiring a violinist. Do you feel that might be a bit too much or corny? No. I'll tell you why. Because if that is something that you can tell that she's the type of woman that will like romantic things, go for it. And if you're the type of guy that likes to do romantic things, like me with Andrea, take her to really nice places and then introduce and do some really nice things, go for it, brother. What some guys might not do for their woman doesn't mean that you shouldn't do that for the woman that you're interested in. There was no way I wouldn't do it. There's competition out there. We got to stand out. So what another man might, man, I ain't doing that for no woman. Cool. You ain't got to do that. I'll do it. And a lot of times that's how I kid you not, that's how I would get somebody else's woman, because I would do what you wasn't doing. So yes, do that for that woman. If you believe that she is a woman that's of that quality and of that caliber, and she would really be impressed with that, do that, bruh. I'm telling you, it's the little things. It's the little things to get them, and it's the little things that cause you to keep them every single time. Every single time. Never give up on the little things. If I had any advice to share with you guys, that would be it. It's those little things, brothers. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me scroll toward the bottom a little bit. Yeah, For Profit Store says, do it, bruh. Yes, sir. T-Mac says, great interview with an informative guest. Yeah, she's very informative about her country, culture, and very encouraging to guys that are traveling to travel to Europe. And I would love to see more. Yeah, Sean Will says go ahead and go for it too. Yeah, definitely. I would, please. That would have been without a question. If I know that I have that type of woman that really would enjoy that, hey, listen, you got me ready to do it while you playing. In my mind, I'm just putting that in the back of my mind, like, yeah, let me go ahead and set that up for Andrea. While you playing, yeah. He say we need to bring her back. Oh yeah, we'll definitely be bringing her back, man. Like I mentioned, the reason why we're doing it at this time now, because when we first started the live stream, it was 6 o'clock in the evening where she is. So when it was 12 o'clock where you guys are, it was like 6 o'clock, 6:30 where she is. He says, I just brought another keyboard for my spot in Medellin. Shout out to you, brother. So I could play some R&B for the ladies. They ain't ready for you, T. They ain't ready for you. He said, yeah, I met her in Colombia. Shout out to you, man. He said, really? Oh, yeah, it's in Colombia? Yeah, do it. Because they do that for like birthday parties. They do that for dating, a nice romantic night out. They do, I kid you not, man. They'll hire instrumentalists, singers, performers. That's very common among Colombians. Very, very common. Yeah. He said to donate. Oh, yeah. Shout out to you, Raya, for putting both links there. I'll be donating to her today as well. So I'm glad that you, let me take a pen and write that down for myself. I always like to donate to guests. All right. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, women love it. He said when you play music for him, man, listen, that's how my boy got his husband. He played his wife. My bad, I said husband, but that's how he got his wife, playing a saxophone for her on their first date. I say, all right, Mr. Smooth Saxophone. Shout out Mr. Anderson, the great, in the building. He said, yeah, that part right there, definitely. All the guys are saying, do it, Sean, but make sure she's worth it. Absolutely correct. I think that he's probably done that vetting part, but yeah, definitely make sure that she's worth it and go for it, brother. He said, I will also bring her and Mrs. Brooks together for a collaboration. Oh, yeah, her and Andrea. Yeah, the next go around, that will really be good. That will really be good because she just finished watching Andrea's live stream, the last live stream that Andrea did. She watched that one. He said, putting women on a pedestal is what gets brothers, burned. So test her before you bless her. That's a good one. I like how you put that. Somebody just says this. He said, I play the tenor sax. Oh, see, y'all already know what to do. Y'all no need to ask. He's a smooth operator. A smooth operator. All right. Well, I don't want to hold you guys up too long or too late. I've hit all the super chats. Shout out to all you guys that were here. Yeah, I'm a jazz. Oh, you a jazz musician? Oh, man. I like that. I don't want to hold you guys too late. I'm about to head out of the chat. Let me do this outro. You guys have great afternoon. Shout out to my man Ro in the building. He said, have you done any anything pertaining Russia for dating and lifestyle? You know what? Let me find somebody over in that part of the world to interview. I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad that you said that because one of the things that I've been wanting to do with this channel is interview people that can help us all overcome certain misconceptions about certain countries, so we can understand the whole global experience that we're all having. Shout out to my man's Spaces and Places in the building out there. He said, yeah, Dre. He said, love you, bro. He said, but did quite your, he said, but don't quit your day job. I know. Is it me you're looking for? Yeah. Shout out to my man Donnie, new member in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you guys joining. Like I said, next week we are doing the members only Petronio Alvarez interview and live stream. I'm going to walk you guys through everything. You're going to definitely need a pen, or at least be able to take some of these links down, because when it comes to the Petronio Alvarez Festival, which is the Afro-Colombian festival that we have every year here in Cali, Colombia, the 3rd week of August, even if you don't make it this year, you want to sit in on this live stream that I'm going to have this week coming up, because you may be using that information next year, or you may even share it with somebody else. So we're going to be doing that. It's going to be members only. So if you're part of the members, cool. You'll be able to be on that live stream. But if you're not, you won't be getting the information. And this is going to be a thorough one. Actually, I'm going to be reaching out to after this live stream, I'm going to be reaching out to Tours by D, because I want her to come on and talk about all that she knows. And she's offering on one of the days of the festival to go whale watching. A lot of you guys don't realize that that Cali sits right here off the Pacific Ocean. This is the Atlantic Ocean where Cartagena is. Cartagena's up here. The Pacific Ocean is over here. Cali is right here. We're only an hour to 2 hours away from the Pacific Ocean. So every year, D has a boat tour to go to see the whale migrations, because they come to Peru, like off the coast of Peru and Chile and Colombia, to bring their calves after to give birth. So they basically get pregnant and everything in the Arctic, but then they come and give birth off the coast of Colombia and Peru. And so you got thousands upon thousands of blue whales and all type of whales that you can actually get a chance to enjoy off the coast of Ecuador. They do that too. He said, I'm going, somebody just says, I'm going whale watching and scuba diving in the Pacific next week in Ecuador. Shout out to you. He said, Dee didn't tell me about that boat. Yeah, she's been doing it for a few years. She's been holding back on the brother. Yeah. I've been hearing through the grapevine that she plans on scheduling it right around I think that Thursday, which is the 15th of August. So she's making a plan. So if you guys want to be in on that, and my boy went last year with her, and he had some good footage, man. I mean, he got some good footage of the whales jumping in the air and the whole gambit, man. I was like, man. My man Rain says this. He said, hey, Dre. He said, I just got updated. He just updated my visa. Approved for 3. Shout out to you. Approved for 3 years. He said, I'm moving there in December 1st. I'm nervous as hell. Perfect. Best part that you put in your comment. I'm nervous as hell. You know why? Therefore, you're not coming cocky. You're not coming like you know everything. You're not coming as if it's perfect. You're not coming with unnecessary expectations of yourself or pressures on yourself. You're coming nervous. I did the same thing, and everybody I know come down. You're like, man, I'm actually doing this. I'm actually moving to another country. You're supposed to be nervous, man, and I'm glad for you. He said, but ready for a new life. Love you. Love you too, brother. I'm so happy for anytime you guys get your visa, a nice 3-year visa. Hey, Rain, let me know what city you're going to be in. Let me know what city are you going to be moving to, or what country, if it's not Colombia. Sir Roast a Lot, who's coming with the jokes like he always, not like he's joking, but I'm saying roast means, okay, yeah, you get it. Sir Roast a Lot says this. He said, if you are a veteran stay away from Russia right now. I can see that. He said you'll end up fighting Ukrainians in the trenches. I wouldn't know, but I can see where you're coming from with that. You say, fellas, no sprinkle. This is true. Yeah, this was a really good live stream. And hey, Charles, thanks again for the calls that you were calling me and letting me know to drop the links. Great moderator. So thanks for calling me, man. It's those little things. It's teamwork. We do this channel as a team. It is no me or just Andrea. That's what the moderators are for. And moderators, I'm disappointed. Other than Charles. Moderators. I don't know who that guy was earlier that was coming with the off-the-wall remarks. As I mentioned before yesterday, you guys have the authority to kick somebody into the stratosphere, and I would never question it. The person will have to email me to explain, or if they got my number, call me or text me to explain why they shouldn't have been kicked out of the panel or the channel. But as far as you guys having the right to remove somebody, if you see a person put two crazy off the wall remarks, you're like, what is this dude talking about? I should not have had to been the one to kick this guy into the stratosphere. It should have been you guys, the moderators. So I'm letting you guys know you have that authority. And any of you guys that have a wrench, you have that authority. I will never question you guys. Even if you're the only one that sees it and the other moderators don't, you have the right, or you have the ability to go ahead and kick that person out into the stratosphere. In other words, block that person off the channel. You have the right to also remove or block comments as well. So if you see comments that you like, let me block that out. You don't have to worry about me saying, why'd you do that? Why'd you do? I'm not that type of dude. The reason why you're a moderator is because I trust you to see things that I can't see. Andrea trusts you to see things that she can't see. He said, Dre, hit up Theo for your Russia. Oh, cool. Bet. He said, hit up Theo for your Russia Connect. He lived in Russia for many. You know what? Yeah. That'll be a good interview. Shout out to my man Rebel in the building. He says, this is crazy. Men actually getting along on this chat. Chat lives matter on this channel. he say salute to all y'all. Yeah, this is not Razor Ray, brother. we don't it's not Razor Rays. Shout out to my man Razor. And my man International Zoe is going to be in town this up and coming week, so I'm going to try to get Zoe on the channel as well. He always brings words of wisdom, man. Good dude. He said, damn, what I missed. No. He said, you know what, for profit, hold on for a second. Let me take care of that real quick. You're right. You've been consistent here for quite a while. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, Will, thanks. Okay, I thought that was me. Okay, that was you. Thanks, Will. Appreciate it. Give me a second. And I'm so happy the Wi-Fi was just right. Okay, let me see if I can find for profit real quick. There we go. There you go, for profit. All right. And thanks again, Will. Good looking out. Yeah, you guys have the authority to ban a person. Like I said, I'm not one of those people that will question you. That person will have to email me to let. Now, you got people that's like Charles that, you know, they have dark humor like I have, but Charles is never disrespectful to people. But when you find somebody, if you guys see somebody that's disrespectful, you can let them go. Cali, Colombia is as for my home base. Then traveling from there to North Cali, North Cali, going to try to find a nice 2-bedroom apartment. Heart pick. He say apartment. Heart, you picked me up. Oh, okay, cool. Got you. I got you, Rain. Cool. Man, congratulations, man, on that. See, all they gotta do is just do exactly what you did. It is not that hard. Yep. Once he gets here, he'll get his cellular ID. Yeah. Once you got your cellular, you good. He said, yeah. He said they're helping me with it, also getting your cellular. Yeah. For you guys that don't know what your cellular is, it's just your ID. It's just a Colombian version of saying your identification. Shout out to you, man. That's really great, man. Hold on for a second, Ring. Hold on for a second. I got you, brother. There we go. All right. Rose says this. Rose says, and thanks, Ro, for the $10 super chat. He says, does a portable hotspot compensate for Wi-Fi and cell phone service, or do I have to get service where I go? No, like I use my portable. Like when we go to other countries, all I do is this. Like I have this one, right? Let me see if it's on. The battery might have died because I probably didn't charge it overnight. Oh, it's on. I got my Netgear, right? I don't know if you guys can see the word Netgear on there, but got the Netgear. And so there we go. You can see the words. There we go, Netgear. And the back pops off. Just pops off. And I've had this portable for like going on 4 years. Got the battery, and then you see the SIM card on the inside. So when we go to other countries, if the other country location just so happen to not have Wi-Fi, like if I go to the mall right now, which I know I can get Wi-Fi in the mall, but let's say it didn't have any Wi-Fi, any free Wi-Fi, I use this all the time, and I connect up to 20 devices. Give you a perfect example. When we're all at the Petronio Alvarez Festival, right? A lot of times we're all hanging out, so forth and so forth. Some of you guys may not have data, or you might not just want to use your data yet. So I give you the password that's in here. And so up to 20 of us can be connected to this one portable router. I always take it with me. I always have it in my backpack. I took the portable router, and I always take a phone, my huge charger, and so I could keep this charged, keep the phone charged, but I always have this. So even when I'm not anywhere near Wi-Fi, or you guys not near Wi-Fi, we're all near Wi-Fi because we've got the portable router. I was going to talk about that during the members only, but I'm talking about it now. But yeah, so I take this with me every time we do the Petronio Alvarez Festival, because we all need Wi-Fi. And if we're walking outside and things like that, and you may not have Wi-Fi, you may not want to use your own data, so be it. We always have that portable. He said, do you have to get service where you go? Now, remember, in Colombia, remember this, there's Wi-Fi everywhere, and everybody shares passwords here. I think, like I mentioned the other day, I think only 4 times since I've been here in any city that I wasn't able to get somebody's password. Many times in somebody's house, most of the restaurants, most of the grocery stores, The malls everywhere has just about free Wi-Fi, or they share their Wi-Fi. Like if you're in a restaurant, you just hand them your cell phone and Wi-Fi, and you just let them punch in the password, and bam. Like I said, it's only probably been in 4 restaurants that we've been in that I wasn't able to get the Wi-Fi. He said, trust me, Dre, you got the best travel channel. He said, I love what you do and will try my best to help any way I can. Shout out to you, brother. Welcome to the new mods. Welcome to the new mods. David says this. He said, honestly, shout out to Andre because we've never visited Colombia. Yeah, oh, man. He said I would have never visited Colombia. Oh, man, I'm glad that you guys make it down here, man. I'm always excited when I meet you guys, greet you guys with a big bear hug. What's up, bruh? You finally make it down. Because I know that feeling, man, because your senses are just going crazy. You're looking at this, you're noticing that, you're seeing this, you're seeing that. So your senses are going crazy. So I'm the voice of reason because you ain't hearing a word I'm saying, because you're just like, man, I finally made it. I'm feeling the South American heat. My first time in Cali. I've been to Medellin, but my first time in Cali. I would have never came to Cali because, listen, Cali got that reputation. And so now that you got your boy down here, boots on the ground, you like, okay, it is like Andre said. It's not what I thought it was. Colombia is not everybody just on kill, chill. It's just that, like I said, right now, you guys can't hear it because of the way that I have the microphone set up, the condenser mic. There are kids outside playing in the swimming pool, just having a good time, just like kids in the States would be having fun in the swimming pool. You see the teenage kids just walking, holding hands, just like in the States when we were teenagers. People getting up in the morning, going to work. You go out to the park, you see people running around the park, exercising, going to the gym. I go to Smart Fit. Smart Fit is nothing but Colombia's version of LA's Fitness. So I got up early this morning, went to the gym, and then came back, got ready for this live stream. It's things like that you start to realize that most of when they talk about crimes happening in cities, is either in tourist areas or in the hood. I'm going to say that again. In Colombia, most of the time when any type of crime happens, it's just hood people doing crimes on each other, or hood people driving to touristy areas and committing crimes. That's usually what takes place. And Colombians will warn you, like if you like have your cell phone out, there's too much, and they know you're a foreigner, they will get up from their table, walk over to you and say, you might want to put your cell phone away, son. Why? Because if the robber comes to steal your cell phone, he's coming to steal everybody's cell phone that's sitting at the other tables. So Colombians will warn you, like, listen, bruh, you might want to get your cell phone off the table and put it in your pocket while you're eating. Now, if you on it, I'm not talking about just outdoor restaurants. I'm talking about outdoor restaurants, not indoor restaurants. You can keep your cell phone where you want to, but outdoor restaurants, Colombians will come and just kind of warn you, like, you may not want to keep it on the table like that, because if somebody riding by on a motorcycle or somebody that's walking by that, don't mean any good, they'll come to get your cell phone and they'll come to get all of our cell phones. Colombians hate crime. Bro, I don't know why people think Colombians everybody just walk around like they're pirates, like little kids are pirates and mothers and daughters are pirates out here. They're just pillaging tourists. Everybody out here just pillaging. No, man, Colombians hate crime. Hate it with a passion. That's why it's so much street justice out here. You get caught stealing in Colombia, man, you ain't got to worry about making it to the police, because them people gonna beat you down. Total strangers will come out their houses beating you down. My man D. Smith says this. He said, I was going to ask about portable Wi-Fi hotspots in the last few streams, but I forgot. Yeah. Yep. Portable Wi-Fi. Kid you not. He said, I give my password to my porritos so that they have Wi-Fi when they are working, and some public, in some public spots have free Wi-Fi zones, even parks in Colombia. That's true. That's so true, T-Mac. It's kind of funny how in the States you ask somebody for their password. It's as if they think that their Wi-Fi bill is going to go up if they share their Wi-Fi. Like, how do you think that the rest of the world is sharing Wi-Fi, and the United States is one of the few countries where we're kind of like, no, you can't have my password. What do you want with my pass? Dude, it's a Wi-Fi password. Most of the world shares passwords. What are you doing? Only in the States. Drew World in the building. Drew said this, Mr. Junior himself. He says, I heard part of Mrs. Brooks' interview. We'll replay the full interview. He said, whoever said that he wanted Colombia as a home, as a travel base, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, Rain was saying that. He said, I was thinking the same thing. At least somewhere in Colombia, props to him. Yeah. Yeah. And the cool part about Cali, dudes just disappear, and you might not see a dude, and I mean it in a positive way. Rain will move down here, build his own private community, friends, routines. Like I always say, bring your routine. If I could give you guys any advice on moving to another country, my first bit of advice is that will keep you from being homesick, that will keep you from feeling like, did I make the wrong decision? Bring your routine. If your routine was to get up in the morning and go for a walk while you were in the States, do that in your new country. Some of you guys don't do that when you're on vacation. Like you work out, get in the gym, get your beach body ready. But then when you get to the beach, you may be at the beach in Cartagena for 10 days and you ain't worked out now one of them days. You ain't done no push-ups or nothing. But you did all that working out in the States as a part of your routine. Well, when you move to a country, is different than the vacation you. Remember, the vacation you is different from the relocation you. Bring your routine, because now you can get up in the morning or go at night, whatever routine you have. If you're a reader, bring that routine. Bring a couple books. If you do that like me, you write journals. If you're a journaler, bring that routine. If you're a guy that writes journals. So if you like to cook, come down here and get cooking classes. Hey, if y'all want to meet some ladies, I'm telling you, I'm getting y'all to hook up. If you want to meet some ladies, go to some cooking classes. Let me see if I can pull it up. Y'all know I like to pull the receipts up. Meetup.com, Cali, Colombia. Meetup.com, Cali, Colombia. There we go. There we go. Just like there's meetup.com for somebody that's interested. I used to do meetup.com all the time in the gym. I mean, in the States. If a group of people were into obstacle course running like I was, I'll meet them on meetup.com. If I was into trying to get better in bowling or investments, I would meet my investment groups. Many of them I met on meetup.com in the States. But a lot of guys don't know that meetup.com is in Colombia. So let me do the screen share real quick. Right here, let me translate it to English from Espanol for you guys. Now, okay, I don't know what happened. Let's bring that beat back. English. Let's try that again. Let's see if it translates. Okay, there we go. Let's make sure you guys see this on the screen. Now, you see how, let me move me out to the bottom. Move me to the bottom. So some of you guys wonder, well, how can I build my routines? How do I meet people? I don't want to just always just do salsa classes or go on Gringo Tuesday. Go to meetup.com. If you're into Ethereum, 10th year birthday celebration, sign up for that. If you're into language exchange party, all this is in Cali. Just in case you guys are wondering, this is Cali, Colombia right now. I'm going to drop this right. You know what? Y'all got me talking about stuff that I was going to talk about during the members only. Y'all got me talking about stuff that I was going to talk about during the members only, but I'm going to share this anyway. This part right here. Here's the link for Cali, Colombia, meetup.com. Right here. Meeting just for a picnic in Cali. First Saturday every single month. Just meeting people. Meetup.com. If you want to play some poker, meetup.com. If you are a fan like I am of the House of Dragons. See, y'all don't think about Colombians or people in other countries like the House of Dragons or Game of Thrones and all that stuff. They got Comic-Con down here. If you're a comic book dude, bruh, Comic-Con in Bogota? Yeah. Meetup.com. If you're trying to overcome some type of addiction, meetup.com. How to invest in stocks in Bogota, meetup.com. This is Bogota too. Scrum, I don't know, the Scrum Master or product owner. This might be business. And that's in Bogota. So Toastmasters, that's me right there. Bing, 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 bing. That's Andre. I was part of Toastmasters in the States. Meetup.com. So all of this from learning ChatGPT to Latin American, this is Bogota, authenticity, all of this. Meetup.com, fellas. I'm giving you the hookup. And it has the map of all the events that I just mentioned in here in Cali. So I'm going to drop that link one more time. Why am I talking about meetup.com? Because you want to either bring your routines and get involved with people that have routines that you have. In other words, if you're a person that's into cryptocurrency and you're trying to meet Colombians that are into cryptocurrency like you are, like I'm a part of a Cologne group on WhatsApp. My Spanish is trash. But it's 200-300 of us that like colognes that are, and these are all Colombians. Networking. So make sure that you guys take advantage of that. Man, I'm hooking y'all up, bro. He said, great advice. Will do, Dre. Yes, sir. And make sure you guys subscribe to Mrs. Brooks' channel. Suereyya. I like how she pronounces it the correct way. Yes, sir. Thank you for the cash apps, the super stickers, all the support, the PayPal. Appreciate you guys. He said, my next trip is to Italy. I'll be taking some cooking classes, same with Brazil. Dude, take those bruh. You want to meet the ladies? Those cooking classes. Especially when they see a man walking there like, what? Yeah, ladies. You in these cooking classes? Yeah, ladies. Could y'all help me? Oh, I got you. Thank you very much. So Roast a lot. He said, how's the car and bike culture compared to the US? He said, I like building stuff. Dude, they have classic cars here. Classic car shows all the time in Colombia. Let's see. Classic car events in Colombia. Let us see. They've got the classic car shows. Okay, there we go. So these are cars. These are from car shows in Colombia. Let's see if I can pull up the cars. There we go. Yeah. Let me see if I can find some other, because I know Medellin also have car parades too, in classic car parades and shows. And Cali also have classic car parades and shows. Let's see if I can find something else for us. This is 2024. This car show is past or it's coming. Oops. Go back home. Okay, here we go. So these are some of the events that are coming up or have already passed for all these, like these. That's a nice little ride right there, player. I'm trying to find just some regular car show events, but they have a lot of car show events down here. Yeah. Yep. They do that. They do that in all the major cities too, T-Mac. I like that. And if you guys want to reach out to us for consultations, you can reach out to us. There's the information right there. Thanks, IQS. I wonder if there are any beat battles in Colombia. What are beat battles, Charles? I know they have a lot of. I know one thing: the Afro beat movement is large here, but that's the only thing beat that I could think of. They've actually having like some Afrobeat concerts in the up. Is it next month? I think it's next month or later this month. Oh, project management. Okay. Yeah, he said I had no idea about meetup.com. Once again, thanks, Drake, for the information. Oh, yeah. I was a meetup.com dude in the States. Anything I was interested in, I knew other people were interested in. So if I didn't want to go fishing by myself, I would go to meetup.com and find out who else was out there ready to go fishing. And you'll meet so many cool friends. Man, listen. Yep, routines keep you out of trouble. Your routines are a must. I still use my routines to this day. He said, yeah, I'm going to use that. He said, I noticed this for every city in the world. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. That's great advice to get in the rhythm of normal Colombian. Yes, that's why you bring your routines with you. Your routines are very important. I would recommend, if you are even thinking about, and I kid you not, in all sincerity, if you're thinking about living in a particular country, start doing some of your routines while you're on vacation. I'll give you a perfect example. When I first got to Medellin, at that time period in Florida, I was doing obstacle course races. And so, I would jog for a certain amount of miles per day. Well, guess what I did when I got to Medellin? Got up in the morning, went jogging. Now, mind you, for all you guys that know about Medellin almost killed me, man. I didn't know, I didn't know at that time period. I know Medellin had so many hills and the streets go up, and then down, then up, like Atlanta. I didn't know Medellin was, El Poblado was like Atlanta, man. I'm dang to kill myself in Medellin. Going out there jogging in the morning. You know what? I don't know. That's a good idea. They probably do by now. Timothy said, I graduated from culinary school in 2012. When I come back to Cali, how do I get involved in cooking classes? Meetup.com. And you can Google it, cooking classes in Cali, Colombia. Like Andrea takes cooking classes. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. He said, I'm emailing you now for a consultation. Create an epic weekend, chat. Yes, sir. He said, I want to bring my dog with me when I move to, you can do that. When I move to Colombia, does anyone know what the process is? I don't know. Let's see if we can find it. What is the process of moving your pet to Colombia? That's a good idea. Because my boy, he just moved his cats down here. One of my partners. Shout to Tone. Okay, here we go. Pet travel from the United States to Colombia and the requirements. Okay, here we go. I want to drop this link for you. And this by the USDA. Who knew? Who knew that the USDA? And this was dropped on June 5th, 2024. The requirements for your pet. Dogs, birds, cats. Important things to consider for your pet. Guidance for pet owners. Frequently asked questions. Select your state. So I want to drop this link for all you pet owners that want to bring your pet here. And paste. Let's go back one, because I always like to drop more than one receipt. Here's pettravel.com, and they give more information as well. Okay, they give step by step what your pet may need. Important permits. Pet microchip, and tells you what you need to do in regards to that. Vaccinations, tell you which vaccinations your pet needs. Rabies tear test. Ticks and tapeworm treatment. Pet healthcare certification. So all the things that you'll need for pet travel. I want to drop this one right here as well. I'm giving y'all the hookup. We are getting hooked up today. for all the pet lovers. And Colombians love pets. That's another way that you'll meet women. You got a pet, you just walking your pet, minding your business, and she walking hers. Boy, boy, boy. So shout out to you for that. Good question. Can I? Oh, you say I plan on bringing my my MPC live to Colombia. What's the MPC? Let me know what that is. Will. He said, remember I was working in South Cali. I mean, I was walking. Remember I was in South Cali, and I was walking around Harding Plaza. It's not Jardine. The J makes the H sound. Harding Plaza, Plaza Mall. Really, you guys are like Harding Plaza, and that's where you see a lot of sisters on that side of town out south. Harding Plaza, the whole Harding area is nice. Nice restaurants, very romantic spots. That whole Harding area. Me and Andrea stayed over in that area for a couple of days. We rented a home over there before. And some of the Colombians would just stare at me or walk by and turn their heads. One girl literally stopped and stared. Yeah. Dre, you taught me something new with meetup.com. Man, you guys ain't know about meetup.com? Come on, guys. Yeah, man. He said, I usually talk to locals for things to do in foreign countries. Meetup.com saved me a lot of time. Thanks, Dre. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Instant connections, because you're connecting in groups that are already like-minded like you. That's the cool part. It's not like you're meeting up with people that aren't interested in what you're interested in. You're signing up because that they're interested in what you're interested in. He say, no, not Afrobeats. He say beat battles are competitions where with hip hop producers compete to see who's the best. Oh, wow. It's a great time, and you hear some fire tracks. Wow, it's almost kind of like battle rap with beats. That's what's up, man. I'm gonna have to look that up online. Yes, they do. I was thinking that the other day. I kid you not, about a month ago, a woman was talking to her dog, and I was like, that dog knows more Spanish than I know. Get it together, Dre. The dog knows more Spanish than you do. Get it together. All right, gentlemen, let me let you go. I hope that information was helpful. My man Charles says, speak to Theo. I just booked my spot for the conclave. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you guys sign up for the Black Manosphere Conclave in Houston, Texas, in the state in September from the 6th through the 8th. Yeah. Oh, he said, check your email for the hotel. Okay, cool. All right. Shout out to you guys. And there we go. The Black Manosphere Conclave information as well. Make sure you guys click that to get your tickets, or at least read about what's available. Yep. Meetup.com, man. Meetup.com has been around. Got to be 20 years, about 20 years. It's just like-minded people of any topic that meet up with each other. It's all informal, nothing special about it. Oh, okay, thanks, Will. Let me check that out now. Let me check that link out now. Oh, wow. So that's a beat machine. Wow. Okay. Okay. Little something. The things that I'm learning. So this is the MPC. The infamous MPC. Wow. All right, guys, I'm up out of here. Let me drop this. I think I dropped a cowgirl again for you guys. I have another cowgirl video. I actually have two, but I'm going to change the music. But let me let you guys go to enjoy the rest of your wonderful afternoon. Or we could do the, yeah, here we go.
big dance. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing. Dark shades on when I'm off the Migos. He's tryna cuff me like a in a Rico. Moving through this like GTA with a cheat code. He claimed that he love me, but before not a freak. I just wanna dance all night. Can't nobody do it just like I. Boy, you got just what I like. Come on, baby, let's kiss, don't fight. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Ain't gotta say it, I know I'm the one you like. Ooh, damn, tell the DJ turn the beat up. Got a white boy who be singing like a Beatle. Claim she getting bread, but I heard she doing keto. I don't do drugs, I'ma smoke a little weed up. I can't chase a man for no paper. Just think it's sweet, I'ma show him now or later. I be getting money on the wake up. He a broke boy, tell that bitch get his cake up. Only with dope boys, they the ones who spinning paper, get your weight up. Told her send an Addy and to stay up. She's out here mad, told him assalamu alaikum. Who that 5'5", she don't even need no makeup. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. Just say the word, baby, I'ma get you right. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like. What you wanna do? Tell me what you like.